What will be the first thing you do as president if you're elected in 2025?
Changing the mindset. What I'll do is, and I've started, it's good you came up with this question.
We are signing out. I just wanted one thing you do.
I'll bring all musicians together to let them come up with heroic songs, and we'll organize a concert like We Are the World. R&B, High Lives, reggae, gospel, they all come together. R&B, High Lives, reggae, gospel, 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 they all come together.
What will be the first thing you do as president if you're elected in 2025?
Changing the mindset. What I'll do is, and I've started, it's good you came up with this question.
We are signing out. I just wanted one thing you do.
I'll bring all musicians together to let them come up with heroic songs, and we'll organize a concert like We Are the World. R&B, High Lives, reggae, gospel, they all come together.
We have today 16 million Ghanaians with unique identities. And that is a major transformation. A lot of people sometimes don't even appreciate what the impact of the Ghana card is. But if you gave me 1,000 interchanges and a Ghana card, I'll choose the Ghana card because it has more impact on development. Give me 1,000. But if you gave me 1,000 interchanges and a Ghana card, I'll choose the Ghana card because it has more impact on development. But if you gave me 1,000 interchanges and a Ghana card, I'll choose the Ghana card because it has more impact on development. But if you gave me 1,000 interchanges and a Ghana card, I'll choose the Ghana card because it has more impact on development. Next month, ladies and gentlemen, we are digitizing the school feeding program. And next month, I will launch, we looked at it last week, it's all set. Next month, we will launch a digitized school feeding program. We will know every school in the country, every day. If you feed them rice and beans, we will know. How many students you have fed, we will know. Ladies and gentlemen, we are digitizing the school feeding program. And next month, I will launch, we looked at it last week, it's all set. Next month, we will launch a digitized school feeding program. We will know every school in the country, every day. If you feed them rice and beans, we will know. How many students you have fed, we will know.
MPP. If you answer the MPP for need capital. MPP now come. Read my lips. MPP. If you answer, open need capital. Book. MPP. They will stay in opposition forever. My Jimmy MPP for Jimmy. Me who be dead. Stupid people. I don't know why I belong to that political party. Yeah. 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 Yeah! 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 In the first 2 years of an MPP administration, under this Infrastructure for Poverty Eradication program, where every constituency will get $1 million every year for rural and deprived communities. Under this program, there should be no village or community in Ghana after the first 2 years that would have a water problem or a toilet problem. Yeah! 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 Kwatinami mosjowulu echiro eye Methodist dine echiro ni aseria because asem no eka enya no kure eti de wo ye you should know say I know it better. Mimi apano 2016 me no na na ebo jandam ye fe bibi jandam asam ne nya no kura kama ne nya no kure Mimi apano 2016 me no na na ebo jandam ye fe bibi jandam asam ne nya no kura kama ne nya no kure
Minu apano 2016 me no na na ebo jandam ye fe bibi jandam. Asam ne nya no kura kama ne nya no kure. Minu apano 2016 me no na na ebo jandam ye fe bibi jandam. Asam ne nya no kura kama ne nya no kure. Minu apano 2016 me no na na ebo jandam ye fe bibi jandam. Asam ne nya no kura kama ne nya no kure. Minu apano 2016 me no na na ebo jandam ye fe bibi jandam. Asam ne nya no kura kama ne nya no kure. Yeah! 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 Yeah!
All right, good evening and welcome to With Audio Respect Extended Version. My name is Kevin Akobe Taylor. It's exactly 4:35 p.m. U.S. East Coast time. It's definitely 8:35 in Ghana. Thank you very much for tuning in. We are live on TV. We are live on Facebook. We are live on YouTube. We're also live on radio. Tonight, you can watch this show live on Loud Silence TV on Multi TV. Loud Silence TV on Multi TV. Tonight, you're also live on Loud Silence TV on YouTube. Loud Silence TV on YouTube. We are streaming this show live on radio. We have our own radio app. If you have an Android device, go to the Google Play Store, download Loud Silence Radio. You'll get the show live to listen to. Also, if you have an iOS or an Apple device, go to the App Store and download Loud Silence Radio. Tonight's show is being sponsored by you because you've made time to listen to the facts. Tonight, our topic is simple. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, he has started his presidential coup. And when I say presidential coup, he knows how it's done because he's learning from Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Tonight, we'll break it down for you to have a clear understanding of the coup that Bawumia has started in the NPP. I told you a few days ago that Mahamudu Bawumia, the NPP, no matter what Kennedy Japan and his followers, they do, Mahamudu Bawumia will be made the flag bearer of the NPP. And the coup was officially unveiled today by the NPP General Secretary. They have announced a new date for their presidential primaries instead of their executive or party executive primaries. They want to do the coup before the coup. When we get there, I'll take my time and break it down. The reason why they have decided to do this. Tonight's show is packed. Tonight's show, we have lots and lots of things to talk about. In fact, on the bill, we'll be talking about the ratings from Fitch. Ghana's economy is doing well. Micro and macro are all doing great. We are looking at B now. Very, very interesting indeed. The new government, John Dramani Mahama and the NDC, they are showing glimpses of the goodwill they are enjoying from Ghanaians and also the hard work they are putting in. So we will discuss that. We also have something on John Dramani Mahama, the President of the Republic, talking about the Farmer Service Center happening or starting in August. That's good news. Every single Ghanaian should also embrace. Oforiatta's wife is the new medical practitioner on the block. She is telling us when her husband is going to be fit to face criminal justice. And also, we have stories about the Foreign Affairs Minister also issuing a statement and putting things in place to make sure Ghanaians who are stuck or stranded in Iran are brought back home safely. Chairman Wuntumi has the international security agencies after him for the crimes he has committed. And also technology segments, NPP primaries. I will talk on ECG, closing down some very important agencies, state agencies, and also Zoom Lion story on the block tonight. Tonight's show is packed, it's filled with facts. What we do here is we do our best to explain the things to the level where the ordinary Ghanaian, you people call the ordinary Ghanaian, the people you don't respect, those people you say they are kayayes, they are mates, they are whatever, they don't go to school, they never went to school, they can't read and write. Those are our target. Those are the people we come here every single night to educate. And my job here as the host, my producers being my guards. My job here is to break things down for Ghanaians to understand what is actually happening. And then you bring Ushami Amidin, Eddie Kevin Akobe Taylor. me ena midi jumade we ho chiame enwumre ye bedwudwa nsemu ama Ghana for ehu de eko nsem bebre gu pono so a ye bedwudwam MPP for ende omakọ eye meeting na eye omo chairman eye Mr. Stephen Tim eka se wejai party no ontumi nkono ende ejebo enwumre ejaba bedru omo se omo eko eye January a ebe omo pese omo yi Bawumia ansana omo yi omo executives no party ni nye bi da adekodie nti omo ye ne say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ne MPP for mpeni for omo ye from the establishment omo a omo wi for the past 8 years including Kennedy Japan oje contract upon contract edinya billions of Ghana citizens, no? All those people are they are classified under the establishment because only part of the establishment. Onka Ekufuado akrom for no, you will not be given any contract by Ekufuado. And the Kennedy cannot stay away and make it look like he's different from Ahmadu Bawumia Ekufuado, Gabi Ochodakon, Omoka Omuria for the past 8 years. Obi just said Brady Champon was part of the establishment. Chrono Ekoso contractor Kesie, ministry appointment on Yabi. No, a minister or Jina Nipebi Momukobo Tua, a year yet commission can say or no or you would differ. These are all part of the establishment. They cannot disassociate themselves from the criminality of Ekufuado and the NPP as a political party. And then you bring in Brady do a majum, matchim, and Magana for Ehunukren. Midi the cabinet of Bedu Taylor, Ebia Ende, and the first time of seeing me. In Kofa Kamin Sembri, in Kofo Dimuatro, in Kofo Aya Bibia say Midimbe say, Nanso de Onyame Ashanitimu, Edian Deno, and yet Otamfo Entwin the whole Ghana, Mina Ubia Shemi, aha, and no crow, Bibia no bet Sandy, ye jim, ye bet jum, I'm a Ghana for Ehunukren. Ebia and then the first time I want to Kevin Taylor only a Brentia, and who fed 10 gram or mini. The Omokan Biano, yes, I won't fed ye, a Wababi and Nikusiaso. It's wow, shaman, lady now, shamino, Unyamian can be Okunu, Unyan can be your boy. I can Babusima Academy a poster, Echenko for Kevin and an emeda. Nan's way Yanasa, into a one a yaw, any a ya, any a one a year pain, and would lose election, and I'm MPP for Bani be a more time, a did matam. Nanso, sanity, Sebio, or Mamma be a way, and internet the Metia, me bedjum, I'm a Ghana for Ehudi Echo. And you bring a jum, and you bring a betchim, and we are singing our Ehunukreno. I was set yedeto. Osha Menyubre, I would like to say thank you very much. I really appreciate you being here. Juma de way any sponsor no wo Osha me every area say afa na because what you penny send they will be no kreno. Good evening to all the Ghost team members. Good evening to the members on Loud Silence TV, in Koto, Free Mind, Ransford Kebuache, all the guys, the good guys who are telling the truth irrespective of who is in front of them. I really want to say, I really appreciate you guys, the solid job you are doing, the education and the dedication and making sure Ghanaians get to know the truth. And I know that's why our TV, my TV, is #1 in Ghana. More YouTube, I'd like to say thank you very much for tuning in on YouTube and more Facebook. And so good evening and thank you for being on Facebook. Young Simon is watching me tonight on Facebook. Daniel Dagba is also live on Facebook tonight watching me. Enoch Yarte watching me this evening. I really appreciate you being here tonight. Samuel Edusi Ayisen is watching me this evening. I really appreciate you. Akosia Tina is live on YouTube. And also Dottie Shago is live on YouTube tonight. Kofi Cypher is watching Kevin Taylor and the Ghost team right now on YouTube. I can also see Kweku Afonu watching me tonight. Thank you very much, Kweku. Thank you to Ellen Tukodu watching me tonight. Bintu is live here. Danny is watching me. OFT is live here. Adam is watching me on Facebook. On YouTube, Ellen is here. Piao is watching me. John is live here. Our Day is watching me tonight. Bilal Ankara and all the good people around the world who have taken time to tune in to Loud Silence TV tonight. Meda Obia se ende nyumbre Obia hwe me edian na ekoso egigim. Edio. Akosia Tina said, don't forget to like the show. Yes, I do. We check one more YouTube. We want to get 3,000 likes and more than 3,000 likes. We do it a lot. One more YouTube. We want to do over 3,000 likes. Normally, I've not even monitored YouTube the number of people who watch us at a particular time. But more YouTube and I would like to say, just like the show. You might didn't start here, but YouTube, you can like the show so that you're able to me. I started in term. It's been a long time I told you guys to like the show. I'm seeing only 732 likes. You can do better. We can do. It's not really important to us because We know you guys watch the show. So I don't really stress on how many people are watching me here, how many people are watching me here. On TV alone, I'm doing over 4.8 million eyeballs. Ghana Nkwa. TV Nkwa 4.8 million. So on TV, no bet my basis nipa 5, nipa 6, nipa 7. On YouTube, so many eyeballs. So I'm not here for the numbers. I'm here to teach. I'm here to explain. I'm here to speak truth. So the numbers does not really matter to me because say platform A is solid, platform A is credible. You don't talk about numbers. You don't worry about numbers because they are organic, they are automatic. The numbers come by itself. We attract good people with good intelligence. It's not even about numbers. I don't even care about who is watching me, how many people are watching me. I've been on air for how many minutes? 19 minutes. On YouTube, we have over almost 5,000 people, eyeballs. That's how it works. So we have crossed the level of 1%, and it doesn't do anything. Because social media and you're saying we're saying consistency and here if we are able to do the consistent number and work on the number, that's all that we need. It's not about the numbers, it's about being consistent and also speaking truth to power. Ghana on the screen and then it say in koto eka a year. How about 10 minutes? In Koto Eka and Sembifa a year in Sasso and how bad a year in Sasso Semwa Ghana Abidru. I think say one conversation we have to pay attention to. Me we say in Koto he was talking about John Dramani Mahama, the president, now pleading with the president to say we shouldn't have anything your friend a year land guards in Ghana. Say Emrani Yejuma, say security agencies, no. Okay, so security agencies, I don't think we should have anything like land guards in Ghana. The issue with land guards, I think it's about time. We treated land guard, not to say a danger to Ghana. To me, I have not encountered land guards in any of my dealings. But lots and lots of Ghanaians are having problems with people encroaching, taking over their lands, people using guns to push them away from lands where they have bought and have documents too. And these are conversations that are very important. And so I will urge the government, the lands minister, these are very important things. They don't really care about the bigger picture, but they care about these small things that a government can do for the people. So I think people are supposed to be confident when it comes to owning properties. I'm talking about land or Ghana, and I will advise the government. In fact, I wouldn't advise. I will plead with the government to look into land guards issues. The national security, the Ghana Police Service, the military. I think we should have a special task force that deals with land dispute and land litigation, especially that focuses on land guards. Oko Gumwa Feta, land guards be a taking over Gumwa Fete. Today they work on the streets of Gumwa Fete. These are very important things that I was saying here on mine. Into land guard issues, I will plead with the government. I will plead with the president. They need to give it a special focus. They need to pay attention to land guard issues. In fact, getting people to protect your land, it's not bad. You can contract registered, legitimate security company to protect your land. It is your money. You want to protect it. It's when you contract a legitimate security agency. Imremuno se yakosha nkratemu na yeshedi pande to be busan ID not to prove. Those people you can, as a Ghanaian, as a private citizen, you can employ their services to protect your property. Your property could be your land. But when you don't have that, na se nipa ba akumienu miensa and 9B efa embrano esho munsem, and they decide to torment, frustrate, and at a certain point, Krampono, kill, murder people because obise asasiwe by force. That is where I have a problem with. So the government can also look into educating people to understand, say, there are private security agencies who are registered to take care of your properties. Now, I also want the government to look at focusing on companies that will come forward to be registered legitimately. and that any person who registers their company as a company that protects land, those people will fall under an agency of the government. Those people can be monitored by the government. Whatever they use in protecting your land, it should be something that has been sanctioned by the government. Their activities on the land and off the land, how they will be able to protect that land. There should be a law that backs people or some agencies or security agencies that will be registered to do that. Because the government, you see, land guard issue is like fighting galamsey. Galamsey, as you see, is very complex. The same as land guard issue. Now, land guard issue, I'm quite to say, Obi edi bone, but you don't really have a law that can say nipa way this abone no. Because now you can walk to a land and somebody will be standing there saying, Asasu e mebusia for dia mena mehweso. Now you cannot tell the person not to be the guard on that land. Now, what happens is asasino litigation wo ho ana manso da ho ana nipa bi etwe manso a then eni se ebusua bitumi fa na ebusua ni se begina so na protect asasino. You need a legitimate security agency to be protecting the land. And it's about time the government, the state, started looking at private entities or the state merging with private security agencies, formalizing the protection of land in Ghana. And we know, this company called Kevin Taylor Land Protection Unit, that company, their main job is protecting lands. And what that means is so be balance or better say Kevin Taylor Land whatever unit almost signboard siwo almost signpost wo almost a post na say obi timu kutetua. The law gives them the right to protect that land. So anybody who comes on that land without the right documentation to prove our superior power over the person who has been sanctioned by the law to protect the land, that person now becomes the intruder. It is a busuafo begin say omo wa asase bi na omo person protect ya se aban shemra near agencies are omo de legitimately they are noticed, they are recognized by the law. What is going to do when say now enya nipa bia na betima kwatena asase bia se na be protect asase no, you need to prove inti abusuafo no kra de asase no ema obi se ombehwe so no ana company behwe so no e will say e go through a process. Sa company na eye a security company a ebia wafa mrakwan so air protect wasase no, they cannot just walk and be like yebehwa asase we so. That security company too, they need to do a collaborative job with the state agency to know sa asase we ya asimesi approach omo eco garden no, it is legitimate asase ye ne dia. It is a Kwamengo Eba company no ho na company we and a chance so omni abind the juma, all the documentations they can link up with the government and go check, verify before they will take that contractor. Sa a year company no, they will only go and protect a particular land when you, the person contracted them, you have been able to prove beyond reasonable doubt through government agencies. What may approval from the land, from the military, from the police, from the security agencies the government has put together before you can go there and say we protect this land. Because you cannot just go there. Anybody cannot just go out and say I have employed this person to protect my land, and that is what is basically breeding a land guard issue. Into land guard issue, no, a very delicate because I am forbid your jim. People sell lands and don't take even documents. And don't give documents, sorry. Your nipa bebre wo krom ha. Ahemfo bebre wo krom ha. Omo ton sa soman kofo. Omo fa krata nka ho. Now, sa okoto asase ni ama krata. Sa security agency na ebebo sa wasase no ho ban no. Sa wonkuta legitimate document a ekire asase we yo dia. Sa security company no, so or try crash okwakobo ho ban a wa commit a crime. Now, that is the only way we can weed out what we call a illegal land guard and illegal land guards. Let me put it that way. Because in Ghana right now, we don't have any legitimate land guard. Everyone, Obia or friend who land guard in Ghana today is going against the law. Because Mrabia ma obi nkwan say onfa etuo sikan ko gina asase bi say or the protect asase no. So the word land guard itself is illegal. Nobody has any official documentation from government, from any institution backing them as land guards. In say the word land guard, anybody involved in land guard, he is doing an illegal business. It is that the issue with land guards, let's not treat it lightly. A very complex, a very, very delicate issue. I am pleading with the government, the lands minister, to sit and draft a policy, draft a path to protect lands in Ghana. We cannot always say, oh, go to lands, go and apart from Lands Commission issuing documentations, we need to have another bridge that will, at the end of the day, give the land buyer that confidence, that security. So the only thing Rebecca say, wako land, ukutakrata, because we have seen people who have gone to land to take document on Bebano, documenting legitimately every land, and so that's how documenting is fake. So now we need to build another bridge that makes it difficult for somebody to take advantage of Obi property. And land guards in Ghana, to be very honest with you, they have caused a lot of harm. And to me, I believe, we don't have to be pulling guns and going after people and say, oh, yeah, land guard, no, we need to use the law. We need to slowly apply the law. We need to slowly build laws that will protect the buyer, the owner, and also to ward off the people who call themselves land guards. Every land guard in Ghana is committing a crime. Let's be fair here. Let's be honest. And to say, and the Nipa Bebri, they go to Lands Commission, they take a leasing prospective license, they come to the field and they mine. But prospecting is different from mining. That is what makes the Galamsey fight very delicate. Because there are so many people who are small-scale miners who are actively involved in illegal mining. But when you go to the site, you can see the practice is totally different from what has been stipulated in the constitution or in the law for them to follow. But he will tell you, I have a license. So it becomes so difficult for you, the lawmaker. It becomes difficult for you, the person who is trying to check them, to put them in their place. Because Obeka say, if I don't have the legitimate license, why would I be working here? But you can have a license. There's prospecting license, and there's mining license. Whether you are prospecting or mining, I need to see the difference. And the same applies to land guards. Because land guard issue is very complex. As someone seminal, I have to be brave. Your nipa bebra I say see Ghana no mo amuwo sika no mo na mutumi jinsa asifie hiafo nsem, and a law should be put together. There's a gap between emrano and yeni nipa no. Sa gap no, we need to build another law that protects we need that law in the middle. That is the only law that can get rid of land guards. And we need the government to sit. We need people who are experts in these kind of things to sit and draft a policy, draft a law. They need to involve private security agencies. They need to involve the Ghana Police Service, and they need to involve the Ghana military. They need to make sure all these agencies sit at the table and draft a policy, a law that will sit in the middle between the Lands Commission and also the buyers or the owners of the land. That law will bridge, because the Lands Commission and the buyers and sellers, for the land guard for the dangerous. So it is important. Near waha any tea go muafete. Abrantie bi etwi tuo ebo so jadi bi trimutu. Do you remember? Sa abrantie we. I didn't want to delve into this, but sometimes calculation and technology, ehia say be kai sa nyama we na ashepini ye aboya ma yetumi a protect kakra na aka na ene oman no. We were here when this man, who is a land guard, ewo Gomuafete area ho, shot a military man in the head, point blank, all because or protect asase. For all you know, this man, he does not even know the oye, because in the settings now, ana baby or one, my land guard and I say land guard is legitimate, and I'm not holding brief for this man. The crime he committed, he needs to, at the end of the day, face the law. The law needs to deal with him. So with me, I'm not here to protect this guy, but I'm here to let you understand something. The land guard word now, what's in Ghana, a illegal word, a against the laws of the land. Nobody our gun also a landguard are legitimate. Obi or landguard biano or commit a crime. We should stop. We should try and get some things right. We should try and resituate the system in a way where it will favor the rich, the poor, the vulnerable, and everything. Because as I see everything, when you get people like these who are posing and taking pictures with IGPs, this is the former IGP Dampare, and this young man who shot somebody in the head, a military officer. The same person I'm showing the pictures is here, shooting military officer on the team. No, he's the same person who was posing with the former IGP. So one, he feels, say, nobody can do him anything. That is what I'm saying, say, there's a gap between the Lands Commission that gives the license or whatever documentation that makes a land legitimate and the people who are buying or selling. We need another law in the middle. We cannot make land guards, some of them, and let me state this on authority. As much as land guards, another land guard word now, you think of a land guard, illegal word, not all land guards are deadly or bad people. But you see, we cannot say because some land guards are doing or have not harmed anyone, we should not enact a law. No. The law is the law. We need a law that will protect, because we don't know when somebody will go off. We don't know when a good man will turn into a bad man. We don't know when somebody will turn a gun against a child, a woman, a breastfeeding mother, a husband. We don't know. That is why we are not supposed to even give ourselves any kind of excuse that, land guards be a good part. There's nothing like that. So if you are treating Bonia, we should have a law that will treat the Bonino as Bonnie. Because I know there are some land guards who have never committed a crime. They are doing their job. They are protecting Nipa or contracting, but that does not make what they are doing legitimate. So we should have a law that will protect the buyer, the seller, we the citizens. And this, as I say one seminar, it is becoming something I say, government upon government, we are neglecting. We are neglecting, because at a point, they are near to Kromha and Canada, Japan. Canada, Japan, Kotna, Ayadian, or Kotna radio so. Ekacha say, Onim say, some land guards are killing people. Onim say, Okogo Mwafetawa. The way land guards have taken over the place. He even mentioned names. I'm not here to mention names or all that. But Canada, oil lawmaker. Canada, Sebio, Owosika, Ghana for so Owosika che bro. Canada, ono baby obetuma kono ntumi kono. He even admitted on TV, say, land guards are committing atrocities. This is Canada, Japan.
Say akukuduro na me dey abetena ha. The way Ghana ekono, o man ni nyina nsori. Ene awrahusem pa ni se kaso a ahemfo bi a behia wo mu. No mu ka yesi kwasi alaji bi. Maboni di pen. Police from pen for kwa ring kranti wo. This guy is killing people. Me no ka se o makum nipa o hwe fridge mu. Hwaditi. E kire ansa no mko hu ba bi etwa niti.
Omo de ye den.
Wo aba ha dwene bia o bia, na tie awrahusem a me de ba ha awie. One gentleman called a top police officer. Now the speaker say onim nkasa. O si ono de onim nkasa. Na asem na ho no empanfo a ehya kiri no. Me ba na me be kasa pe ibeyi nadi. Ena panyini no assure say no. Enye is also debi on kasa. So we share the fear na ewo police officer panyini mu pa eka say on pese ordinary no betoto sa land guard kwasi alagio se wan because was MPP panyini bi pa ni law firm akwani di bonia na eho and they defending it onu de osuro. So wow baby Ghana ye do guy no to me call efie say ne efie we me pe. He cleans everybody there, takes over the land. Obji efie nugu na wafa assassin. Ghana here. This is the first warning I'm sounding to MPP in Painford. We'll fight And your mama resign from the party. We can't sit down for criminals to rule this country. Now defending criminals, wicked, evil people. I won't come and just I him for me who keke. Nene me and say police penino kasa osrano. There be on person name Bekasa because your kasa we are or no and when you're trouble. So wow. These police officers are supposed to protect us. The protectors themselves are afraid of langas. The protectors of the citizens are afraid of langas. I'll put my life on the line for the good people of this country. I'll fight this guy. Me manu last warning. MPP penyin no wara me bondin. Now okay who's a party in your bread? Nanado sacrificed his life so many years. President Akufo-Addo, MPP Mpemfobi sacrificed their life to get this party this far. He told me go di langa se chi bom kunipa na de bia ye boy MPP fodi. The guy mentioned Papa Nidi he funu ba so omu bonidi. Police in Enzo boy and it was slow. Me I will go to him nicely and tell him ebia no nim so you soon be because Akwabite opposite chief of staff of FIE citizen Kofi Amwaire na Akwanu Kojina Sasi now the chief of staff would do Koje and I'm saying Sister Frema will not do that. So I did my investigation. I called Protozo and I'm saying
so this is a lawmaker. He knows names. He did not report it. And he did not even mention names. I put that picture on because on a boys now on what Kennedy board didn't the picture I don't even know them. But this is how serious land guard issues etie. Lawmakers sit on TV, they cannot even mention names. Kennedy Japan on body go to Bawumia Coup they butcher Kennedy said in Sasa saying oh lawmaker na can say asemo bape na ne law firm afenyo marking law firm asem no oka kobusa Kennedy Japan afenyo marking so omonsa asesen ene wo Bawumia area wo de bra ba bedu Bujumbura campus adien kobusa Kennedy say asesen no ho. How did they secure those lands? This is what we talk about. The only time you hear politicians speak against something is when it is not going in their favor, and especially when the MPP government came to power. That is what they did. And the land guards issue, is something we need to treat very well. It's something we need to pay attention to. It is galamsey. In fact, there are millions of Ghanaians on especially Titu no Mudi Matebono. Most of them, I'm telling you on authority. Ghana for now, Omutia Bruchre Mudi Matem Sebio Nkwasi for now, Omu Fingua Bruchino. Germany for any UK ni America for no 90% of them ya Munsa say from Munsemu or Ghana. But end omu to Kevin Ka San kwasi aforo mudi matemono asase edi ja omo maamenom aye de ma omo no and through Langard ya je from Munsem bebre ntumi mafie bebre tete abrochire omo ntumi mafie Langard fo bi age. But san kwasiafo we abekonom to odi matem adan amaka setia ne MPP na ofiri mu no enso kwasiampanyi ne MPP ne ba power no ade a edana komas no MPP ne ntumi protect ama no we ntumi nya NPP ni bia okasama MPP mane ntumi aka sama ehia no kwasiampanyi de ehia ne se ya santefo party na wokasetia. That is some of them their problem. Inti this is not a joke. En kwasiafo bebre amasase age from some Germany say nwan. And the Kevin Taylor na mete ha and I make omo here asem kire omo e bia di 60 omo da woti abroche ye adwuma say moa omo suro so omo be fie because asase a na eye omo dia na yage a hye omo ho yare ukọ omo dem bon se nkura e bia say nkraman sisire omo say moa omo ti abrochire wo say nwan omo gye say omo bebre wa abrochire a na broni be hu omo bu omo into my say police dogs no go no omo wo say nwan. And that is the reality I am telling you. Let's be focused. Let's look at the reality. Let's look at the issues. Land guard issue, no, I'm appealing to the president. We need a policy. The people need protection. Ghana for here protection. Ahemfuni biso edi a dream. Basically, the Japan asema okay. Kogo mwafete Freddie Blay Kennedy Japan afe nyomakin. Omo no dominating sase ohonya. Yentie ne yete afe nyomakin. Waje Winneba for asase 99 years. Ahemfunti kronim. Abrantie be na wo Winneba obeka se fa asase man 5 years fando eburu a ohene betamama no. Enso afe nyomakin kwase ampanyi ya kakawura wura ye de win. Because of politics. Waje Winneba for asase 99 years. Emma Brante gu Winneba asase so ye I afe nyomakin leader ye Jimmy. But me afe nyomakin ntumi njema asase. Me afe nyomakin ntumi njema asase. But obetuma age wo asase. And these are the realities. These are the facts. Ghana for no mo Jimmy dodo no omugu abrochire. Dodo no mo Jimmy no omugu Germany. Dodo na omo no bon pa no ejimi for no omugu UK. Omo na sebio ye je omo nsase wo fie and omo te atwen Kevin ka onka we di onka odwan pete menka o MPP betena so 8 years kofo aban betena so omo ntumi protect wasase amawo. So this is a conversation one day. I will see a beautiful phone lines na ye ideas free Ghana for her. Maybe I will suggest the government puts together Emra, it will fit between the Land Commission and the buyers and sellers. Emra, Sebio, abandoning private security agencies because I was seeing yes, private security agencies are registered in Ghana. Say they protect land. Emra and Amomo Hokwang. Into sa private security, no, say you're posting so Uncle Winnie Banco protect your Sasia. Or quite we see the post, not that the billboard is sewer, near money too. Anybody who encroaches, that private security has the right to shoot them. That is how it's supposed to be done. When they see their life is under threat, they have every right to shoot back. The government, the military, the police, they need to back those private securities. And that is the only way we can take out what we call a land guard. With all due respect, many land guards any problem. Even the land guards themselves, if they know the job they are doing is legitimate, they can also join. They can legitimately join private security agencies, which are abanim. Say BBC you bet my family because right now obi kosha land guard asia odi boni yentumi twena so. And abra omaya etima yentumi twi obi aso obi atumi ye de ope. That is why we need the law. We need to build another law that falls between the Lands Commission and the buyer and the seller and the owner of the land. That law will protect Ghana for. Now, answer it is very important. Boy, we or your for your friend Williams and Nefi Sapon. Team, stay with me. I beg you, I have 2 eyes today. When you say there be 3 eyes on the show, so I catch them team send me with 2 eyes, they know what I mean. We are going to launch a platform. One of my team members, they are telling me we are going to launch a platform that is going to put together ideas to help Ghana when it comes to land issues. This platform, I have a team that is just talking to me right now that they can build a platform, and that platform will be an interactive platform. We will be taking ideas, soliciting for ideas, we'll be sharing ideas, and we'll be putting it together as a whole document to present to the government to look at land guard issues, land dispute issues, how you can be protected, how I can be protected, how the vulnerable in Ghana can be protected. So a team is putting together a platform where we can all share our ideas and how we can find solutions to this land problems in Ghana. So right now, I've given the team the green lights. I just got a message from them. There are 3 people who are going to take this upon themselves. They are building the platform. When it is ready, I will launch it on this platform. People will put their stories there. People will come there and share their ideas. Or more ideas about how we can solve this land dispute issues, land guard issues. They will all come on the platform and also do what? And also put their ideas there for us to put together as a legitimate document and present to the government, because we want something to be done about a land guard issue. Very, very important. So team, I'm going to give you guys a maximum of how long can you put this together. if you can give me some timelines, I'll let the people know so that we can launch it when it is ready for people to go and also share their opinion, share their ideas, whatever materials or resource they want to put in there, we can all put together. So team, give me an idea when this can be possible so that I'll let the people know when this can be put together and when it will be launched. So I'm waiting for them to just give me an idea because they have an estimated time. They can basically give me a rough idea of when this can be put together. All right. Can you give me timelines, team? Can you give me timelines? This person is not a Ghost team member. This is one your people that we consult. This is a consultant. On different things, and these are the things he specializes. So they are saying 7 days the platform will be ready. So 7 days. The next ended Tuesday. Next week Tuesday I'll be here, team. We have to launch this platform for people to go there and share their ideas, more experience, more expertise in the field of land litigation. Contributed to build this a year docket, or whatever you want to call it, we will direct everybody there. So they said we should give them 7 days. The platform will be ready. So next week Tuesday, I should be back to put the platform out, launch it for people to go there and access it. That's how we are going to do things from now. Thank you very much, team. I really appreciate this. Now, Williams and Nefi Sapon Oyewi. By the way, Oya Kromfo, you are not supposed to underestimate the chrono our ball. Senka nyaya ni eti simu. Enya na yebejina ye naso edi no kre edi protected John Mahama. Anka first 1 month of John Mahama anka na ni begu because of this boy. Boy, we are friend Williams and Nefi Sapon Oyewi. Or your fraudster, or friend who Dr. Wask or Bois, and your chronona or bonko for internet so nobody Metesana or say or court, the court na kosi saying I had some time. So I'll say or court or the make court for defamation. The court and me person musa akosi saying, by way or ye ne papa and so air crom for papa way and the menoka say when you stroke. Papa way or the dem. Okobo apostolic asori chrono ena odi boy we fraud sika eko bie bibi ose friend Bible school oboa ende oda dem oye kromfo otamfo na ofre friend kofo say omonko pa che oma ne ba no onim se de ba we yewi chrono sika na de ba no edit to nsuo ma ne nom eniti na ontumi nka no kre. This man ne papa this boy ne papa ene gina ho no ono so eyewi Williams and Nefi Sapon ne papa nie ne ma mesu nie ne ma mesu ye kromfo ba tetwi amoa boatema ne ma mesu nie ne ma mesu ye kromfo ne ma mesu ye wi. They are into this together. They are in this together. That is what they do. They dupe people. They make money out of people. They pretend as if somebody are sorry for. They use a sorry to cover up their crimes. The booty, they share it behind the scenes. So this guy, Williams and Nefi Sapon, nema minie, nema meso eye kromfo. Na boy way, one eye nana to pack. One nana to pack. Ayana mumusa nana to pack say. Nana kotiketwa, bonfa kotiketwa, mamingi jom. Mumbusa bonfa koteketwa okote se mri okote se dabo mumbusa koteketwa se ade na akura we na asem onka biem bonfa koteketwa oni akura we criminal case omeko court me mam till next week ye be from case we oni bonfa koteketwa nana Tupac nana aka Shako bonfa koteketwa oye kromfo nka no kre oka kire mo so no jandam ne de wo no ubusan sane papa din credit say ontumi kan kiro bomfa kwateketwa e jandam na brabo ne jandam ne papa si so ne papa wuti sa aboa edatema ye tam ne twe na se e de ne ko ne papa kurom omunsi dan edan omutim aise fon no kwasia entimun kan kire eye nana Tupac nana Shako bomfa kwateketwa me se wo kote se dabo mon kan kire ne se yanini wiye na mo ana bomfa koteketu akasa bebre na mbuza ne se ayana ose wakwa abruchiri da o metena tvs no kan kire mo se hwan na boa ne mane kwa abruchiri hwan krata ena odi ko US embassy kwa visa kwa abruchiri munkobusa no nipa fonsa no ungrateful disease say It's a way on the bomfa kwa ticket to Omeko jail. It is very, very important. Now, me ready to be ready and I'm both about them. Technology. Thank you very much, team. I just saw it. All right. Now, this is Mahamudu Bawumia. Now, Mahamudu Bawumia, and so ye kaimo ye Bawumia nyoma bi awaye we ye time na owo position na oye lectures na Bawumia ejina TV so na Ghana ye tie Bawumia ekeka nsam technology akwa we Ghana for dwen say sa time na ope president edi no na ye nyina ye Jimmy onu kwa nim nyansa enti oye symposium ena na mamponhene na demri fadue na mamponhene di ne ho adanse wa asase so time na ote ase mamponhene se ohu nipa oye Bawumia onim economics chen obi a wo Ghana mamponhene gi akonwa tenemu na odi adanse nana bibia wo bia nyame mbo ho ban na ohwe table no so a Mahamudu Bawumia we 2009 to 2016 na oka dollar no send $1 no into check here 2016 May na oye sa eye adewe no na dollar no was 3.9 2016 May time na NDC free power no na dollar no was 3.4 it was last button no baby actual Ghana cedis and US dollar no na dollar no was 3.9 that was the dollar rate 2016 May. Na kwa we jina Ghana catches ye jina ye Jimmy John Mahama we Jimmy NDC for Jimmy obi anim nyansa ono na ye West Kid no ono na nim economics time na odi nkwasi asem we no na Canada Japan te stance ni mu boni nsem ye de be meba sa time na Bawumia di nkwasi asem we no na Kennedy enso ye campaign momia fa Bawumia mra Canada Japan na Brian Champon no so nam we na nim nyansa moma yemfa Bawumia mra na Ekufuado de wagimi ye pa obi a onim sikatoto ho nsam Ekufuado de onum wi Ekufuado de oyaza Ekufuado de okwabroche konum wi ne pam no onim nyansa na presidency na ato no na ye pa obi a onim nyansa obetumi de school na wakɔ no abeye Ghana sikasam yie so they were rallying behind Bawumia not Ekufuado in 2016. So in 2016 Canada Japan ya na onam fosu onam around the nation on SCS or topic up ma abu bia we wiase na or topic up che adan ya the West Kid number so they financed this guy Brian Champon sometime or say ono so or dey why contract Jessica they were pushing money because yeni hu obi a wosua economics da obi a otumi hwe eye table so na wa say the future of a nation otumi just otumi the table keke and decided the future of a nation. Make a channel 2016. Nipa na or sponsor a campaign no, a sponsor Bawumia trip back and forth no. Na a day na a Canada Japan na a sponsor say fa Bawumia be the president. Na on Kennedy wan ko school papa bia onim economics. On the or a buga politician. And they say the West Kid aba. Into what shall say on a 38.7. Sana nim se 2024 38.7 na technology ebe yamano time na okasa May 2016 no na dollar na 3.9 na ni ref say 2024 or contested for primary sir a presidential election obenya 38.7 and a 2 year 2024 election de ubusa no eno ana onsaka iti Bawumia no o decided the destiny in 2016. It's Bawumia deciding the fate, the political fate in 2016. On Rangasama Ghana 40, so Obenya 38.7. And then they did in the chia, didn't appear 2024. Or say, Canada Japan Mokoya campaign, ma Bawumia, Brian Champon Mokoya campaign, Mamika Binchamo. In 2024 elections, you know. 2020, almost 30 year campaign, ma Bawumia. Even in 2024, nipa dodua omubedi Bawumia chi ewo MPP mu amkotoma Bawumia na Canada Japan tira in summer or can say I yaba together to see about Bawumia the see the Ghana Shannon sa. Upon the things Kennedy Japan said about Bawumia nyina o wie no sabe catch the Ghana for say the Ghana sha Bawumia sa is safe. Mr. S, get me technology. Kennedy sa catch there upon the catch nyina no Kennedy Japan we are and or say on the Bawumia contest because odim sa Bawumia bon he say we say Bawumia jimi inti he say the Bawumia ni economics there and the miankasa meba na nipa na mede ne mam no oyefo no me na ma bon che Bawumia no ntoma me inti you see where we are today. Kennedy kofa kankan de bre and a kankan de ne blast gu yensem and there was so abase ono ahokoro ne to inti emfa kankan de ne to nchen ne emfa no abra wo Kennedy woni kankan de ne kodi kankan no. It is the man even the reason tia Bawumia enya 38 no Kennedy Japan sako Bawumia na koso nya 24%. Ana Kennedy Japan we asa we catch oh we were born but we Jimmy kakra onim bibia but mo fa Ghana nhyɛ ne nsa intinke ye mistake and yes atam Ghana side share MPP nsa anka Kennedy Japan we anka ono na de akoto the biggest mess 2024 sanke tam Ghana de share Bawumia nsa anka Kennedy Japan nsem obekai later inti when na see Kennedy ni nyansa chen Bawumia economic waste kid. Men kotia I Samira Bessie Mikuri de hard working. Your husband is hard working when it comes to lying. You don't even know the length of the manhood of your husband. You are telling us your husband is hard working. The man has been lying to you from day one. The length of his manhood. Ne bema sena se ontumi nka ne tintin kire o. Utina oka se yemfa gidie nhaba Bawumia mu. Why? We will come to that matter. Yebedwum. Now, Mr. P, Mr. S, thank you very much. Kennedy Japan. Esa bejina Ghana for enim. Upon the okachire nyina wie kai say yemfa Ghana nhaba Bawumia nsa. And then kwasiafo mienu we kachire say ai ba ko ejimi, we say we ejimi. Yantam Ghana ma hwan. This is Kennedy Japan. Owie na baka say yemfa Ghana ne ma Bawumia.
The only person obetini abe protective free SHs and Dr. Bawumia. Only MP obetini abwa Dr. Bawumia ama free SHs no higher possible no honorable as me. In Islamo Fete electoral area. Masama na di ba ya ni se. Wonye gidie se achia remove. Edize that is central region ha. Eduma papa president Kufuor be ye nyina no. Mo se ade ofi oye. Ena ya hu nya edi eho ana baba bi ebuti.
Kennedy Japan 2024. Ni adwin se oye nokwafo oka nokore. Osatam liar we be ka kire se yenfa tumi ma Bawumia. Na ono ne yenfa yenkwara wo wiase Ghana nkwara yenfa omkra nhye Bawumia nsem. And the Kennedy ni Bawumia gina ka yeso mienu nim nyansa. What? Ye Jimmy. Ye nim nyansa. Eti Kennedy ni Bawumia hwa na Jimmy. Kennedy ka kire se Bawumia is a liar. He's not an economist. Oye kromfo onye nipa bi obetumi de Ghana sika samegina ye Kennedy wie no sabe campaign ma Bawumia say yan fatu minima nipa na oso oye kromfo nipa na ono ontumi enhwe Ghana economy ni so enti Kennedy ni Bawumia hwa na ejimi yanko enim ende medwudwan nsem bi mu akyerew Bawumia aye coup bi nde na sa coup no maka kire Kennedy Japan on the followers. It does not matter the screaming. The law is the law. Bawumia, he will cheat and become the flag bearer of the MPP. And it's not just Bawumia cheating, the establishment, including Kennedy. Bawumia will be the flag bearer of the NPP. Kennedy betume kunipe wo wiase nyina oboa. Bawumia will still be the flag bearer of the NPP because the stealing mechanism has been put in place. Today, they unveiled the first part of the rigging mechanism. And they benya botre na machiremo how Bawumia and MPP for almost decided the fate of NPP ewie. Party ne gu. Na mumu bino mwe jimi kakranti yetumu fo amonte. Mama party adokromo your conscience mwa adwene na mbode dwene no sebio mwa adwene no mwedi. Enti yetumu fo amodwen se time. Now I want to tell the president something. There's a story it's really touching my kuma, and I am humbly, respectfully talking to Mr. President, the President of the Republic, John Dramani Mahama. Kafu Day of GBC went to interview Ejako Onimo, his contribution to Ghana music. And when you hear men, Obiti say Ejako Onimo, Mr. Ejako Onimo, Wafa Ejako Onimo, Nana Ejako Onimo, open his mouth to say, I want to meet President Mahama and thank him personally. It is a big one. Whoever is around the president, immediately, Mr. Ejako Onimo should be picked up respectfully. An entourage should go to his house and bring him to the Flagstaff house. So the president should with all the respect, go and visit Ejako Onimo. These are rare moments in our life as a nation. We all cannot meet Ejako Onimo, but when the president takes that lead, at least we as a nation, we have recognized his hard work in at least sustaining indigenous Ghanaian music. It's Mr. President, if you're listening to me, this is a passionate appeal from myself, from people who watch me. If you have time, please go and pay this man a visit. 10, 20, 30, an hour visit will be one of the greatest things. Sebio, people who put their lives on the line to commit everything to hold the flag of this country very high around the world, they will also feel that they have done their bit. Patriotism has come home. So, Mr. President, Ejako Onimo say he will be happy to meet you in person. And thank you for even referring to him in your speech. He just wants that. And I will plead with the president, whatever you are doing this week or next week, yenim ada sebio eye Ejako Onimo oye penyini ahaban dada te na ahaban mono te. Ebe fe se sebio openyini so nyankopon kra na adwo so obeto ne nsafre na within 94 years or the enigye sebio elebeja Ghana ho. We need spirits like these to back us, to always protect us. So, Mr. President, I am begging you, if you have time, in fact, you need to make time. People close to the President of the Republic. And Mr. President, I know this is the biggest platform on the planet and in Ghana. This is a platform you respect. This is a platform you know is doing a lot for Ghana. This is a platform that is telling the people the truth. Mr. President, I know you are listening. Ejako Onimo, we as a people, we all cannot go and visit him. What we need from you to be our head, go and visit him. If you can even bring him to the Flagstaff house, I know he will appreciate. If you can have a special ceremony to usher him into the Flagstaff house, give him a special seat to sit on. Let the world know. Let him also believe in what he has done. Mr. President, give Wafa Ejako Onimo a special seat at the presidency for him to know that we appreciate what he has done over the years. He's 94 years. Not everybody gets to 94 years. And when an old man like this who has gone through the mill, who has recognition around the world, when it comes to indigenous African music and Ghanaian music, you cannot mention two names without mentioning Ejako Onimo's name. And if this man is pleading, is very thankful of you just mentioning his name, then he deserves coming to the Flagstaff house to be recognized. Make me kwasi ampenyi we kura to be by Flagstaff house. Mr. President, he is 90 years. That's what I heard. Team has verified. 90 years. It's very important. and I'm talking to advisors to the president, the chief of staff, the secretary, the communications boss, Bawa, the legal boss, whoever matters at the Flagstaff House, the president should make provision to meet Ejako Onimo. We are pleading. We are not supposed to plead. We are just, let's pleading with the president. We don't want to say plead because then it begins to look like the president does not even recognize Ejako Onimo. The president has referred to Ejako Onimo on countless occasions. It means the man is dear to the president and dear to Ghanaians. So, Mr. President, out of respect, with all due respect, Ejako Onimo needs to come to the Flagstaff House. Say Ejako Onimo to member Flagstaff House, and Mr. President, let us walk to him. Let us show appreciation. Let us show respect. Let this man understand and say, Ejuma Awaye, what he's leaving behind is something that we appreciate and cherish. And Mr. President, please, let us see you meet Ejako Onimo. A very, very important. We are requesting. Let me say this is a request. This, we are not pleading. We are requesting. Thank you very much, Mr. President. All right, now, okay. And a year Fitch. What a Fitch? And a fish. I Nicaragua for yes, a fish for Biaka Bibi. You're from a Fitch by Tina Silent, a Fitch. Fitch for a year organization, and I say, Jumakobia, a basika someone to ye. So am I to Tom Sika Semia, and Koya, Omutumi, Eddie, Krata to home, Eshum, and we say Sika Sam Ekoya, and I say Nkoye. Say Ekoye Swa, Omutumi, and Krata to Tonsa, Musika Samukoye. Sa Fitch for we, Omo, and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, Tamana, or opposition, de Biana, or use your more Eddie Kajon Mahama Sam. Or see, oh, Fitch for say, dollar no, 3.8, inti Mahama, also born home or day now, or the dollar never form. Sa time no na fetch for we no omo ye ade your friend no assessment omo tena se no mo bu nkunta no ye bibia omo se oh anka John Mahama ban no dollar na what 3.8 no anka de ba 3.1 krank ye sa time na dollar na what 3.1 3.9 Mahmoud Bawumia ye symposium press conference wo Ghana hanyina e ka kire Ghana for say fetch for kan de na say John Mahama aban no bibi o ha omo ya enye ye o say John Mahama aban no $80 no so 2016 from 3.8 ekodu den 1 Mahmoud Bawumia ne ka asem ne kire now and they are sorry after 8 years Mahmoud Bawumia be ka kire say our economic management team. After economic management team na ote na went to man fan solve Ghana sika some problem no. Osabete FX committee no na omodwuma no say e was $1 na e kosoro from 3.8 10 11 12 no FX committee no na Franklin Kujo ka ho. Omo ntina se no omo nwene. Omo nam Ghana ha omo nim nyansa fa e sika sam toto ye ho. Bawumia na sa chair sa FX committee no. Sa FX committee ne ba ye under Bawumia no dollar no sa ginsem. To remember two things and about me introduce here FX committee and economic management team. These two things are and I say group and a committee Bawumia chair as the leader. They failed to stop the dollar from hitting the roofs. So yet now Kronima dollar ni free 3.8 from 2017 January. Time na Mahmoud Bawumia ni Ekufuado every power. Time na Mahmoud Bawumia any Canada Japan every power. Time na Bawumia any brand champion or minister every power no. That dollar no was 17. The dollar was at 17. Before Bawumia any MPP every power, John Mahama Kachiro must say there are some things you need to do. And now when you do those things, you will see say Ghana economy no age na so. The crossroads. John Mahama Emma pointers or the nyoma guakwemo say mundi sa nyoma we so mudi sa nyoma we so endu busum miensa ye sika sama na atete apansam na ebegina ne naso and it na ndra me ball John Mahama the crossroads video ni kire no because oma eden pointers that time no na atoforsen ono na the leader of the NDC in parliament ono so make key statement time omo ye the crossroads no e kire se abaya Bawumia Ekufuado Kennedy Japan mo edi anim no se omo tumi toto nyoma bi a within a month no ye behu se ye sika samon toto ye no abafom omo sa wone ye omo ka se yanye sa nyoma na ye yanhwe ye ye beko IMF ye menya bibia for the DDEP domestic debt exchange program NDC for a continuously a press conference and event to just give the government led by Bawumia Kennedy Japan Brandy Champomo free advice to follow. What happened was that NPP for turned around to insult John Mahama NDC. But you see, the solution to our problem, the solution to our economy that was dying, the economy that was going down the drain, the solution was simple. The opposition then NDC, they actually gave it to the MPP, say, follow this. When you follow this, there will not be any DDEP and you will not end up in the IMF program. These things that the NDC and the MPP say, Omundisono, a hand tiny jiminti, omwanye, endi 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and your call the DDEP, haircut. You free one, you ura the you ura you call IMF, you wanna a haircut no so buy. Until you could see, say, ideas na NDC, edema omo. Sa solutions to the problem na NDC are buying a press conference. Edema MPP are buying Bawumia Kennedy Japan and by the champion leading. They decided or they refused to take that idea. So because I would see some of the statements during the DDEP are NDC and Ebini Mamenchro. The reason why I'm here Saturday when you say your team yesterday will say we want Ghanaians to know say yeah a dance here or where just MPP or minor or mubuye no more Jimmy. It is under BB sa na BB jinane na so a enye se eno na ye yo eye nipa bi eno mo dwene ya amanyoma esesa send fit for reti Ghana e de abedru bi a enye NPP eye decision na NDC for take ye eye the decision they took immediately they took over power because senka MPP for tie sa solutions are NDC the more in 2024 anka sa eye ratings way it would have happened before election 2024 it would tia John Dramani Mahama NDC for they actually warned the MPP. They actually told them do this, and if you are ready to do this and that, Ghana Ankasa as a nation, baby ya war under Ekufuado Bawumia, things will change for the better. Ato Forsen, any Omamaka, they actually told us what to do.
So, if Honorable Ato Forsen wants to ask a supplementary question, why not?
Thank you. It is time to admit and accept where we have gone wrong. It is time to bring our suffering people together, to unite our people. It's a time to promote unity and seal the cracks. It's a time to demonstrate leadership and sacrifice. I mean genuine sacrifice in the interest of our people, in the interest of our country and our children's future. The scripture tells us that although we may fall, we can rise again. It is, however, imperative that government accepts publicly with a contrite heart that they have gone wrong and earnestly seek workable solutions from everybody without regards to partisanship or ethnicity. Our very lives as people are at stake. We must boldly, even if for the first time, discard the arrogance of power and don the cloak of humility and come together to confront our reality and face our truth, accept our faults, and act in unison. We must not throw up our hands in despair no matter how uncomfortable we may feel about confronting the truth, we owe it a duty to our people to look at what brought us to this point. To the people of Ghana, I say the NDC and I fully understand and appreciate how serious today's situation is. This is because we are part of the Ghanaian community. We live together, we feel the suffering together. We know mothers and fathers are worried about the future of their children. Families with mortgages are deeply troubled and contemplating the future of their homes and their children's education. Just as families who must pay rents in due course are wondering where the next rent advance is going to come through. We know farmers and elders of our community are struggling to survive. We know businessmen and women. It is time to admit and accept where we have.
After all this, John Mahama and the NDC, they warned the government and warned all of us that if you don't do some things right, our ratings will not go up, our economy will not bounce back. So the government, the NDC in opposition were actually dishing out advice to Bawumia, to Kennedy Japan, to Brian Champon, to the NPP government. But John Mahama went ahead to even warn the NPP government.
The standard of living, purchasing power, life savings, and quality of life of ordinary Ghanaians is depreciating by the day. Many are terrified that tomorrow may be worse as they struggle with uncertainty of our current situation. The signs of this crisis have been there since 2018, when alarming increases in our public debt levels and huge expenditure overruns became apparent. The NDC did not keep quiet. When it became obvious that we were heading for the ditch, we spoke up. We advised government. We made suggestions. I even asked government to desist from the creative accounting through which the Finance Minister, Ken Ofori-Atta, was selective in presenting budget data and thereby creating a picture that was rosy but was far removed from reality. All these fell on deaf ears. Government became ever more brazen and reckless and moved mismanagement of this economy to dizzying heights in the run-up to the 2020 elections, amidst boastful claims that they were the best managers of the economy. Immediately after the elections, it became clear that we had been thrown into a bottomless pit of debt round our necks, staggering budget deficits, and a rapidly deteriorating fiscal position. The looming disaster at the time required an urgent response. And even as the crisis deepened, earlier this year, we in NDC besieged government with many prescriptions, which I articulated in the Ghana at the Crossroads speech in May this year. And I urged government to seek multilateral assistance urgently. Among others, I also called on President Akufo-Addo to expeditiously convene a national dialogue on the economy, at which the best and brightest minds of our nation would be brought together to huddle and formulate a robust response to the challenges confronting us. I guess that is too late now. I re-echo demands by Ghanaians that the Finance Minister and the Chair of the Economic Management Team, who have been primarily responsible for this economic catastrophe, should be relieved of their positions to breed confidence. The standard of living.
John Mahama and the NDC in opposition in 2024, they even advised the NPP. The NPP do things right. They give points, and they did not even cover the points up. They were clear-cut points that when you follow these things, our economy will bounce back. the economy that is in junk status, it will move to a status that will be appreciated around the world, and businesses will be confident to do business with Ghana. And these people, Bawumia, Kennedy Japan, Brandon Champo, them sat in government. Some of them sat in parliament. They insulted the NDC. They did not implement them. They never implemented any of them. They ignored it. And then the country started running into a ditch. DDEP, na pension for wu, na teacher for wu, na air police for wu, na afeye bedruha, na afeye see energy crisis, na bedruha, everything just went left. We didn't know what to do. The only thing they could do was to lie to us. Say John Mahama about power, obetra free SHS. That time that dollar was 17. These are the realities. When the MPP for when you try to let them understand, say politics, the dynamics, a change. And you koka, me away ni, me free ha, or any way, any other chichire mine. Ghana for no mabanoma until you need to let them understand you respect their intelligence. And we bring you back. Then we start to build for you to understand where we are heading. Because me to me, nama start as I say, I have Fitch ratings we are, and the ABBA, the finance minister, the NDC government has done a lot of work to deserve this credit. You know, I cannot just come and sit here and say, yes, Yambo and Sema NDC, and your status na could be. I'm telling you, I'm making you understand where they started from. NDC about power, implementing the solutions they gave to the MPP, which they ignored. Bawumia started fooling himself about. Kennedy did not even understand. These were the things they implemented the first day they came into office. That is why today, the finance minister Yato Fossey can boldly tell you that Fitch ratings upgrades Ghana's credit ratings from restricted default to B, citing strong economic reforms, declining inflation, and fiscal discipline led by Finance Minister Ato Forson. And what you are seeing today, the numbers you are seeing today on your screen, say, and Ghana's inflation to average 15% by the end of 2025, and because of the policies, the solutions they suggested to the MPP when they so. Into Yaka Fitch ratings and the ABBA B from junk status, it is because when this government came into power, they implemented the advice they were giving to the NPP. This is not connected to the NPP anywhere. Now, time I end this for a crossroads, na a busumi bang. If they had implemented, because NPP, every power, it is saying NDC about power. So this credit goes straight to the NDC, and because they stuck to their principle. They now most suggest NPP, no, they came and they stuck to it. That is why we are seeing the changes immediately. So credit goes to this man, and it goes to the president, and it goes to the government and the party that is in power. MPP for Jimmy. They think it is all about jargons. They think kasechie. They think hinie. They think bosremuka. They think it's a competition. Amemwo enye competition, intelligence. Enye nipa otonyum bebre, intelligence. Enye weni ebeko, wen pay asem, amemwo intelligence. Yamau ekro 8 years of a dollar free 3.8. Or the dollar could do 17. Abua benens and tuabamau. And I'm talking about the MPP as a political party. Enye Bawumia Coup, because on my now much na say, you know, enye Bawumia Coup na chichire na Kennedy Timbi. Contractor Kennedy na billions of cedis. Bawumia ene ne tena table. Emma Kennedy bejitum se Bawumia na ndi enim. Omaina say no na Brandon Champo or your minister wom under MPP. Omaina is say no na Bawumia na lead every economic conversation. Why should any Ghanaian and Adwini Ejuma sit on any table and say vote for these junkies? Why? This is the reality. People have come in. A new driver is in town. Or J car no na car no ebubu. Simple thing. Tama na MPP chi trotro no na NDC for catch them say trotro na muchi kakra na ejina no kire mu say mo anhwe ya one day ejina entumi njisu biem. Inti NDC for catch them say mo na muchi trotro no de also mu yeni anopa bia mo check oil. Mo make sure say anopa bia no mo fill tank. Mo make sure say seat no tight no. Mo make sure tires no and warn out. Tires no mo change and sana mo dey road. NDC former mo suggest we nyina say some ya ade we ya na mo trotro no betube nya hoden etuma ye road worthy etuma ye adwuma omo suggest we ma mo no anye ena mo ka kire NDC for say omo agimi now answer na ye ba pamo say chief drivers no na mo de car na akoma mechanic amuntuaka MPP for mo agimi me kire mo nyansa car ni break it down no ena mo de ko see mechanic ena mo ka kire mechanic say ye owner eba behwe etua eye free ho ena mu free power mu ja car no na ekada car no so mechanic shop now why na ndi sika nkonko tua because owner no adwuma be na oye edi sika na obenya edi akotua car no and make sure say mechanic ni say ohia screwdriver ohia new tires ohia the engine oil sika be na owner ne mfamra the owner has to be proactive now sa owner no or provision store sa owner no or school bia day care sa owner no or sa wo enkonyo de renti now sa nyoma we nyina na egudan a etua light bill wom egudan a nkofo so otua omoka nti o se oyeden eka bia e wo se otete sika bia otete no o se sa bebia ne sika firi no okotete nkakra now so otia ase owner ne company na omode nkonyama rent no otua wekeska ne company na eye school no otua teacher ska the company na esi foforo na yedwuma no enti ontumi nko emfa ne nsanko bom keke enti first no na sa owner no otua ka 10 Ghana yesi obeka chom say nyoma nko ye enti obetua 8 Ghana sa nyoma na friend physical space or create space send ye beya obenya kakra da kotua ka ne ka and this by and that is what they did. They made sure say nyoma bia na ye say sika mfa so ni so no they cut it down and omunye sika de call workshop IMF e de kotua e kire say ye betumi de ka we sikwa so and no na amaka na igbo adwuma o ka kire me say enkwasiafo no ye fa credit ma driver kwasiampanyi na ye tu no for say every single day on change oil every single day on change tires every single day on miamia boat ma o de ne kwasia wanya car ni break it down no ye fa credit nkoma sa kwasia driver no are you crazy? The new driver deserves it because new driver no buy no the idea or the ma owner no and then the amaka na sa begina kwaso so who in their right senses will say and from junk status to B status, and from MPP, actually, what bottom. Anytime, guys, a majority of MPP for Amudi MPP, Jimmy Munko school. Anything, Omube redeem a use more for a long time. Anytime, say you people will never come to power again for the next 42 years. Anytime they be a Kasawa ha, you can't intellectuals, then you are near say breaking it down, my MPP for Kwasi because my generation, emun son. Margin a very tight, a very small. It is so difficult for any Ghanaian to reason with you people. It is Jimino, na ehun numbers we no. Adia cha entam ekronin san fama mo. Ana mujin si asayana. Ana mujin si enim nyansa. The proposals and go for the man when di ba so. Amobaya no bedi ni nyina so. And it's we are here today. And the men can say inflation by the end of 2025 ebegina 15%. And the NDC Fitch for say inflation way answer na yemwe afiwe no ebegina 15% akọ nima 15 16 50 enko time na mo free power inflation na 57 before me free power and I'm manipulating numbers na real number na 57%. The same people after 6 months more catch say more better managers of the economy inti entam to me ma Kennedy yantam to me ma Bawumia yantam to me ma Brand Champon na mo fanya den na mo fa to me nya den. It is suddenly after 6 months mo ko sua bibia ye hu bi da yanem so na ti Ghana mo nko bebia yanem ti Ghana mo nko bebia enti ade pa na Bawumia ko sua exceptionally a yan santam Ghana ma no ade na kedere Japan ko sua de a o hu bi da yantam ga mo nkire me mo nka nkire ye mmoa bogin say tete no bogin say be ka say dubu ahenkwara o we de danko buzia na we dombo sankwase ade na twamo ye pedie ye didi akoye nim sane ye bebo ho ban enye me wo fa party nie na ye de amunim ye de party of elite party amoye elite na abro nyanya mo regional chairman party amoso ma school na chairman wuntumi na e pese obedi mo national chairman mo ye nwan party na mako school na obi a ultimate trauma myself no ono na eba bedi party na nim mo jimi munim nyansa anamu ya nkoa bi na yatem afri KVIP biso na dem abegu Ghana. How do you people reason? Because whatever you people say, you do the opposite. Party of elites no and then the Abronya regional minister, regional chairman. Party of elites, no, and then the chairman won't me, wabedi regional chairman, no, or your 2-4 chairman, and the more person we had the national chairman. No more me. Party of elites. Now, what city every 3.8. Now, what time they are 17. Also, your party only woman. Oh, bodam. Now, yes, sorry, ya Jiminti, ni ye refi. Yes, say, you have to me my MPP. Ni have MPP, na mufanya deng. You go for we pa. Move to me my more than 2 minutes a day. They be a me busamo. Sa 2 minutes mo pen more than a day. Sa mo che de mo de 2 minutes ya mo de ye de amamu 8 years. Party of elites yako school ye de wan na akọ school MPP ni mo kan kire me. MPP no wan na akọ school wan na akọ school MPP ni wan. Ekufuado. Ah na ye ka obi a okuta fake certificate o de be di Ghana so nye Ekufuado. Sibia na nsemu kemu ye certificate we fake na medwin se mo be ka Ekufuado de inwan ma ntwaboa na medwin se mo go fake for the certificate aba kwaku ba kwa ina ni se watch ayetia so onko fake for the certificate mbra okofa toilet paper de baye mo Jimmy party no you don't think you are not intelligent. You are not intelligent. Anything that obiaba no twia fam so on brand champion. Watena sia analyze ngusam mo Jimmy. Anything on super president Teddy. The strategy is obia tena no or analyze MPP na ohu a lot of holes. Do you think it's easy to penetrate in the NDC? What put down unum omwa omosuan woma ombebusa questions. But the MPP is easy. Anything in the Kennedy, any Bawumia we are or say or yeah economic waste kid. And the Bawumia from 3.8 CD to 17. Bawumia down per president Teddy Manipa Dinechi. My saying Kabua. You don't think. You are not smart. You are not intelligent. Anyone comes and use you people like trash. Because Mumudu Duarumon King Kain, margining it deep. Into Obia Baba Ghana Bia or pe politics I bia or some pe MPP. Because a honor a Jimmy for the Dawson. A honor margin from the Dawson. And I'm steady. Obia on kanu krebia na adwiri for bia or pe politics I be ura MPP. It is easy. Abronya your regional chairman. Abua Papon or your deputy communications director. Abua Papon. Ushan why said ya de can be at the painted down. I said, why Ushan had to say brush at the bobinimu at the painted down. Abua Papon. These are the people who are leading a political party. Now ye Jiminti near Tam Ghana. Deche Bawumia J. Ah, near the Ghana share Bawumia sa yehu. 2016, 2013, 14, 15, 16. And here for now, we say Ekufuado Ejina stage, aye economic lecture da. Yehu bi wa Ghana. 2012 to 2016, the band obiti Ekufuado acquire keynote speaker on any economic forum B and I say event B. Yehu bi da. Everything was Bawumia. 90% of people who voted for Ekufuado, it was because of Bawumia. Anamebwa, it was because of Bawumia. Inti ende say the Ghana shamonsa na achichidie Ekufuado jimijimi yenim so no abo drag on to minyashi. Now Bawumia a handle economy no for 8 years. Na ye free $3.8 akodu 17. Yen santam Ghana maw. Yen fama na fa kwa de. Wo Canada Japan sika ben na mo tina party contract ben na mo enya. Canada Japan Abanwe MPP Abanwe contract ben na wo Canada we nya. Sika ben na we nya mfiri MPP aban. Brand Champo, ya be minister twice. Edien na mode ma Ghana for selfish ingrates. Hypocritical, selfish, dirty ingrates. Muhu Ghana for say ye Jimmy, you want just to milk the nation. Madani Ghana into a cash cow. Because I'm paying you so now the political party colors are now I finish Ghana. They make money, they take care of their children, and they see us as foolish. Until suddenly they are the almighty. We love people. We love Ghana. The youth. Ghana and Kwana youth, your problem. Ghana and Kwana, Kwasebia be president. The youth is my priority. The youth is my priority. Now, Papa Kokorado General or your problem change youth, no. Ghana net, no. Youth bang no way Jimmy Chang, KT Hammond. Youth bang no Ghana, where Jimmy Chang de Japan. Ukodi MP, 24 years, went to be and see one clinic with Krum. Youth bang Jimmy Chang Bawumia after following politics for 8 years and being a running mate for 16 years. Being vice president and running mate 16 years. You as an economist, you could not stop the dollar at 3.4. You left the dollar at 17. You are telling me you could not build one regional hospital. Your own hometown, Wale, you could not build a hospital. Say, I should give Ghana to you. Now you're Are you people insane? Do you people think we are foolish in Ghana? But you say you're you people think say you're Ghana you're sorry you're near the politics. We want you people to understand, say you're free. We are reasoning now. We are asking questions now. That idea of I came for the youth. We want to create opportunity for the youth. Yatiana Monkwasiafo is some creating 100,000 jobs. NAPCO. Way. Yatia, where is the NAPCO? Bawumia, Kennedy Japan, Brane Champon, or say Munina Moko just one launching NAPCO. NAPCO. And Obiampon Kai NAPCO BM. Where is the NAPCO? 100,000 young people Namadum Kojina Independence Square. Most sang grass for bed more share to share, and I must say line a say a dear sa. Mr. S, get me the NAPCO video. Etna Ghana launching NAPCO. After 8 years, NAPCO disappeared. You people are not ashamed. You people still call yourselves a political party, and that we should get up and do what? How much money did you spend on planting for food and jobs? Billions. And over to my chairman board dear Bako. Because I'm paying the name of Mickey Mouse. No, Okocha board dear betum gubas mbedran crying. Oya santini one for board dear and kwa santimemo 2 for Yibianko Ufu. Or the Bejinan crying, and crying for Mudidokono, or the board dear Bejinan crying, so Obiambe board dear. Now planting for food and jobs, no, a 1 car penny in your board dear woman. You think we have forgotten? Is that the kind of governance you people think say we have missed? We have not missed anything about you people. You people are bloody liars. You people are not smart enough, not intelligent enough. All the things you people keep telling us about. What can you people point to? Bawumia, Kennedy, Brane Champon. Point to one thing. And you people have the audacity and foolishness to exhibit some ignorance in the system like Sada. We gave you 8 solid years. Akora no wedi 10 years. Tamana mu free power no wedi 18 years. Akora no wedi 18 years. Mu free power no wedi saying. You people think we are foolish? You wasted a lot of people, a lot of opportunities. We are not going to allow this nonsense to happen again. We are not going to allow anything. Let's get serious. Mr. S, let me read this from a Fitch. Let me read this from them. Mr. S, thank you very much. Me team some read you Madras to samo. Mukuni pasre. Kwasiafo. Yansan for Ghana mamo. This is the report. This is what they said. They said inflation to decline. Where a Fitch report under John Dramani Mahama. Monsha di omokaye. Pizza for muntie me. Kevin nkwana be adwuma we. Me say adikudentia me kan na madwudwa mu ne say otumfo ntra. So won se makan ade obrofo na me sa chirechire ma kire eye pizza for eye de bantamafo South Central so eye oboase anka so eye apedwa ene asantememu nkrom ketwa sebio mumudodo no yenka no kura nkire mu a me yesa ade we a aya eye otumfo ntra me do otumfo wakomem ene kire ne nananom na mumu bi mu agimi no me tumfo ekire nyoma mu kire mo ne senka me it is the respect I have for otumfo. I that respect na me woma otumfo anything na me betena ha na ma kan brofo na ma kan twi. That is why I do it. Na nke senka me was that time no. I say mo nipa dodo ya mumu dodo di party fun we echi a mo kan kwase asem mumu bi mo kasa ese e bini gumanum mumu nipa but bi binti mumu bi enkwase ade a mo ye ni nyina na ye betena ne asa kire mo ade e otumfo se tutu ntira de bia meka kire mo na nke se me wo mo time. But still, I will force you people to understand. Send a boomin. Send a baya. Kwasi ampenyi bin for politics and nada mubiem. Mamen kinkan na minju job nchiro. Technology. Feature for report ni inflation to decline. We forecast inflation will average 15% in 2025 and 10% in 2026. Feature for the say Jumadia atofos ne Jomahama mudi no sibia omotutu yesikasem sibia Bank of Ghana ehwe yesikasem ye dollar so no almost 2025 we afi we nyoma so beti akofoma kodu oha enchichemu edien edionum 15 Dunum 15 dunum 15%. Time na MPP was so free power no. Na eye inflation nyoma mu ayatoto na eye 57%. Ohanchiche mu edionun son. Edionum son 57. Under 5 months, John Mohammed ye 57. Afiwe ebegina dunum eye 15%. And the muamunim ya tete nyoma so. Me chiramu me jujam sane be ya kwasiampa yi bi di matama waka se we die kanokre na Kevin aka otumfo nti uko eni ma o say and 10% in 2026 Fitch for say afia yes abesimu no eye inflation nyoma sane ne bo beba fom no eba beduru ohanchichemu du 10%. We enya de di agro. We idea I was a we embrace. Oh yeah, na wa too. Now can no kure me de chichire man no. And about Bawumia Coup de Japan Brian champion. Now 57. Almost said 2026. Afia ye besimu no. Fitch for na predict say inflation e betia be do 10% or ha inchichemu do 10%. Now, my main kind of economy down from 23% in 2024. Time and Bawumia and manipulate inflation no. From 57, almost free power. Now inflation, now it was 23%. And look after lying through the elections. Almost baby I'm thinking, I'm so you're thinking 23%. In reality, now 57%. Still Bahama the 5 months, a Juma form. 2026, or say Juma form. Minja na menko tuma wine Kennedy, Bawumia, Brand Champon. Now then, me or king, and I'm a Jimmy. Pizza the form no. Now I'm say. A still tight monetary policy stance and fiscal consolidation. The size of the pass-through of exchange rate appreciation is uncertain, but we believe it will rapidly contribute to the moderation in domestic inflation. Backed up by lower oil prices and international food prices, we project the Bank of Ghana will start cutting its policy rate in July 2025. Almost say, Sibia John Mahama ni NDC abane echichire man fa no. Omo need to talk. Na omo dwumadi omodi na omo sese nyoma na omo keka nyoma sie ni a eye yesika sam entotoye eba eye enuane bo eye sebio fango a ye tu a ye ton eba eye yesika sam eye dollar no na ho odin sebio omo so omo nyanyame omo betuma kire se dollar no ebegina 2 and 3 but from experience any de omo ya cha omo dia predict upon country ehunu no eye Ghana yaman no eba cedi a and what didn't be a ding a jinan and also for a very long time. Almost omuhuni say, ye koye nimuno, Sydney be jinan and also, Sika Samu to Trebe jinan and also, Bank of Ghana, eba in Simua, omudi si besian, I a friend interest rate na 2025 enko ewieno, no masatiso. Intende, say interest rate was 29 and 30%. 2025 end no, na above form. This is right prediction. It is all because of the government putting things in place. So the macro economy, no, it is merging, it is coming together. That is why things are gelling this way. Inti omo chiremo abrofo no say aban na amayi no ya aban papa. Me see, o kan ade we na obo ne tofa. Fitch for no say mo aban na edi muso no eya aban a mu nso mu yie eya aban a eya aban pa eya aban a mo betumi agi ne di eya aban a ewo opepa eya aban a etoto ne nyoma mo sika sam ntoto ye begina ne na aso ne tofa na me ka kire wo no na intian san koto aban san fama wan yento abama wan ne yento abama no Bawumia Kennedy Brand Champon no mo meye den yeti krom ha ena nkwasiafo ese oma lanchi den NAPCO no way. This is the NAPCO they launched.
begin with words from Holy Scripture in Psalm 118, verse 24, and I quote, "This is the day the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it." Accordingly, Vice President, ladies and gentlemen, I declare the NAPCO trainees ready for work. May God bless us all, and may God bless NAPCO and our homeland Ghana, and make her great and strong. I thank you for your attention.
A big round of applause for His Excellency the President. Let's hear it for the President.
This is what we witnessed. NAPCO no way. Kwasiafo and the most of day. Ghana for and consider MPP. No more ding. NAPCO dini. Oh, we are coming for the youth. We are coming for the youth. Bawumia, Kennedy, Brother Champon. You wasted young people their lives. 80 years. Money achichidie we. Kwasiade. I know bit to us ye atem. Do you think it's easy? A brand here wedi 20 years or did you hope eshe sadie we mu 28 years now. Make a almost 30 years. Nothing for him. Obia no wedi 25 years or did na kuma shemu no wedi 32 years or 34 years 35 years. Then onye. You think it's a joke? It's not a joke. You have killed people's dreams. You have misled millions. You have destroyed lives and hearts. People's dreams have been shattered. You think it's easy to revive that confidence? Or just say, easy say, a young person will just get up one day and say, I bind the policy, but I want to be part of it. It takes time. You don't just deceive people and think it's a joke. Let's move on to the next topic. It doesn't work like that. Because when you do these things, so we're killing the dreams, the aspirations, the inspiration, the confidence in the young people they are the backbone that help grow an economy. So now, majority of them are dejected. They don't even want to do anything. When the government creates opportunities, they don't have the hope. Until you, the MPP, you have killed the hope of this nation. Because young people who can go out there and willingly commit patriotically to work for this nation, they are reluctant to do it because of the pain, because of the deceit. So when a new government comes and tries to build that belief, now mo say yensanya den, yensan tam to me mamo. Mutna hama moko share them eko lunch in NAPCO.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this year's Jumapa budget, I gave an indication that a new employment scheme will be launched to tackle the issue of the growing number of graduates exiting our tertiary institutions with no job placements in sight. This new initiative is the Nation Builders Corps, simply referred to as NAPCO. As a scheme, NAPCO's central focus would be to create employment avenues and opportunities for young people who hold diplomas or degrees from accredited tertiary institutions.
Upon the policy's expiration in September 2022, more than 57,000 really NAPCO trainees found themselves unemployed and owed up to 9 months of unpaid arrears, casting doubts on the long-term viability of this program. Now, during the town hall meeting on August 2nd, 2024, as part of his campaign tour of the OT region, Vice President Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, an NDC MPP presidential candidate, promised to address the trainees' concerns by committing to pay their 9-month arrears.
We've had them working for about 4 years, about 100,000 people. So far, to them over the 4 years, over 4 billion or 3-point-something billion Ghana cedis. So, but said the program no end, we still owe some stipends. They will be paid. I'm going to push for the Ministry of Finance to pay those stipends to the NAPCO people.
Well, it will appear the push isn't pushing because weeks have passed since that promise. The trainees are now demanding immediate fulfillment of the Vice President's promise. In a letter dated June 24, 2024, the trainees expressed their disappointment and frustration as the Vice President's words remain unfulfilled, despite their eager anticipation of a resolution to their financial struggles. As uncertainty looms over whether this promise will, be mere rhetoric or a genuine effort to address the grievances, your guess is as good as mine, and only time will tell.
They are even owing the young people. Kakrana was on form, they didn't pay. Bawumia led them to lie. Mumusa Bawumia, did they pay them before they left power? No. And the aqua way in Ghana and it is a kuliku. Incoming president, dang you. Momo bodamo. And incoming president, and I thank you. Upon January in Ghana, in Kwasiasamni Azar, the psychological trauma. Young people today, and they are buying the policy back on the joining. You think it's a joke? Abrochira and Kamo and Kedema Koshe prison that long time. And the Ghana ni more full. Masa kwa Koshe political seat to be catched as a muni munyansa. 5 months per free power no. Yanamuna take Ghana muko baby Bakosu nyansa. Samira Bawumia di eshire abo the two. And na Ghana kekan kwasi asem. Adanya ayin ye jiminti. Onini kunu omoton ka omonsanka. Because obonya akamfon kwasi afo bi so so enti I make me hard working. Pele mudi muni hiti bia ye hiti aye ba. Na kene disu nam touchline wate praga kekan kwasi asem. I Bawumia Jimmy wo ka kire se yemfa Bawumia. Yan to power yan to abama Bawumia. En kwasi asem a ye hu no Ghana nde nyina anka ye to ma Bawumia anka san kwasi asem kamada ho teso. Wada no hu akoshe kambu be ka kire se ai unim nyansa che Bawumia. Na unim nyansa che Bawumia na ka che Bawumia se yan kotoma Bawumia no. Unim nyansa che Bawumia wo Kennedy. Unim nyansa che Bawumia e na wo party fo anto ama wo no. Bawumia na wo de ne ma ye no. Wo a wo ka che se onya economist or ya trufo on kanokure no. Uni we nyina ye jimi nti wo hye kambu na onenam. And Bawumia so kan kwasi asem and ye te ha adan MPP for so we should accommodate a psychiatric political party. We should just accommodate you people if we say more mental problem. Enti de bia na etemo ho na mo jimi mo ho na mo koba. Okay? You see this? And this war position. Omo kan bibi kire Ghana for omo mo ye ekuafo say aban ne ba. Sesia no aban needs to be strategic. Aban wants a lot of people to go into farming. Aban too cannot sit only in Accra and try and help every farmer in Ghana. So what the government in opposition, John Mahama, by almost say, President to unveil Farmer Service Center in August. You see, August, John Mahama, NDC Aban, Omobe BA a Farmer Service Center, no, Omestati Atiano. Abano, a NDC Aban who say, Equiayono, I was see a deba fee, ya deba equiafone naso. I was see a deba edian, baby a ye jumano. Sabio so be a quenia, yendina some one kind. Obi a quenia, no foam, and you dinner some. So obi ekoko kwenia na asem ehia no uba na efuo mu a na obeka de ehia na kyerɛw efiri sɛ ɔde no sɛ betene koko dua no so na wa kyerɛw sɛ wɔn akate na egu mi koko so no efiri sɛ wenti na market egu so sɛ ne aba hu no gani na ɔwɔ mmoa bi a wɔde aboa no it the NDC government realize say they need to take what we call farming, they need to take what we call protecting farmers and protecting farming as an occupation no e was see a deba fie. And it's the NDC forecast say, I would be a friend of Farmer Service Center, beba. And the Farmer Service Center, no, John Mahama ni NDC for say, Imredu, say, Omube Biano, na Equiafo, Nina and Dien, ye see incro bebreswa, ye babe bia, so ye queni, na ebia uni equipment, uni tractor, or the palm wefuso, uni ebia seedlings, enyaba ubedia, ebia udia tomatoes, ebia udia de cashew, ebia udia beans, ebia udia inkruma, ebia udia jene, sebio udisika koto sa anyomano ding. Aban se or the sanyomani nyina eba begu baby bako. Ye the harvester beguo, ye the excavator, ye the tractor beguo, ye the nsika, ye the bibia, munya muhu ekuokuo. Inti ebia mu nyina mo kentampo, na mu dia jene, na mu ye tetia, na maka mu ho abom. Na maba se mu ye kua anase enoboa anase from cooperative. into mobile mo say farmer service center buying your friend one stop shop or and I say baby okwa ubenya bibia. Now mudruwa mo say yene akuafo no ye pe JNA seedlings na ya mamu JNA seedlings ni atro ni nyina cost 1,000 Ghana ye pe harvester and I say mo friend saying we decide adie de bewugu mfuo so a eno so bewu ni amamu 30 bottles ni atro inte bia mo amobae no moye ekuafo a moye ndobo a ye from ebia Kevin Taylor group of farmers na ye de mudin ato krata so mo beje nyoma we a ni atro ni nyina ato ye wi ani calculate sen 50,000 Ghana. Munyina no tractor ne beba mo fuo so abetwa so munyina no mobenya seedlings ni bi munyina so mobenya saa de nyina afra ban ho enti mu wia na mutwa mo nyoma ne wia mo nnobo a modo na mutwa na makani nyina siedi na mabeton ama aban na aban so ayeden ato owia eka na modi aban na wate na odi musika ama mo na makodi aban ma mo nyoma mo makodua obo mama yefuo no owie pe na wato edien wato nyoma no a mo betwa no efrim ho na wate eka na modi na efrim owie a mo se dia kar mo nkwache ndi kwa se bosom ni sa sina mo start efu a no masaba mo kwa no makodi ase no enti bosom miensa esa na mo besa mo sa ye efu a na mo saba mo beba na aban twen mo na nyoma no guo mo bagie a mo koye wie na mo twa na mo de abra aban na wato moto a na wate eka na modi no na aban na eden wasade musika amamo na makodi umpe we na upe Bawumia when your friends say wo chechire man obia benya de ehun faso. And this is what we have been talking about. Governance is being made easy. Ebia ade we start here enye as fluid as you expect it to be, because these are new programs, these are new things that abino air started. Won't expect to say ebeko show, but you be say a take seat a nyentini a jina nkakra in the next year 2 or 3 we won't say enchena Ghana be farmer service center ejuma. That is what we mean by helping the ordinary Ghanaian. Oh boa Ghana nino. Enti akwa wale a yenye kuafo na yemu dia watermelon a omo ba farmer service center omo nyina wefu omo ba as a group na omo beje nyoma na koyefu no so omo twa nyoma na omo ton ama aban na aban ate ka na omo di omo na odi sika na omo so omo nkoche ndi edie na wo pa biemu. This will create so much jobs. Enti John in August obebia no ye be ne nkakra ye free ha district ha na ekọ district ha Eric the agric minister onu say ekudwuma wa ye bi o hwe na onu oto atene kurase ache ai Eric you fan saying did he say agric minister no nga say o de to from na odudwa agric mo atum say akwa no agric ache ai mo friend saying Eric the I just like that guy so much. Oh Dimbi your friend Eric agric minister friend saying oh Dimbi Otum se oka agrek wonsem oka ekuya wonsem otum se wakuya ono otum se ono no to dua kokko gusuma ni nyini no twa ansa na wako school akwa no otum se erikopoku akwa ni magrek ya time ono enye bukulonga agreko eya practical agrek nipa sa no ono wa agrek no oban kran onim sane udua body a se body de nyini na do 2 months onim body do ebeba so oya sankofo no bia oya agric prophet onim koko otumishe koko dua o se koko dua we oya santini otumishe koko so we koko bunufo koko we dua waye binto onim sane yete erikopoku akwa nim agric into we mu no omo wa botre emakuafo omo bedi enim kakra ye na ebi yedin na ebi mu ye mre na otenetene no in the next year or 2 na agina agintini na afa Ghana baby obekobia no farmer service center wo ho sa na tie. You get what I mean? And obesa ochechire man a sa na ochechire man enti agric minister say una otum say ono wa agric why they we kokuo yakase obi kokuo a watene kurase pe eriko boku eriko poku to ko no so o kire kokoo nsam o kire kuayo nsam mu otumi kasa 30 minutes no nka brofo ba ku bom akwo de kua yakase obi kua otumi kuta buro no ohuso o say bro we dey dua be 1,000 pieces when your friends onime kua dwuma ayin yakase hey abrante we kua papa na yese wa ye kua no ma na didi ntirim otumi sa eburo no ohuso otumisha house we dey dua benya 30,000 bags wa ye kua no wonimu ai otumu koko duaba otumi posa ni leaves na ohia o say we dey dua bono onim koko mu otumu ono otum nyina nyaadoa onam nkran otumu nyaadoa e o malata otam nyaadoa no aka otumi o say we dey ayi kintampo de bi wo fra bare o say onim asase no we ye koko we kua koko mu koko realization ekuasam Inti sa di pasari di Ghana for koko anima ana ekwanima ye ndi agro practical edian agriculture na ye or ya agric mu prophet no no yes say time na owo time na okodi dwawo kaneshi oduru pena ma ni nyina aba ne nchen erikopoku ono tu du kaneshi baby o ton beans no your white beans your blue beans o tu tan beans no why say no I say we free mali akwa no onim kua ankasa otumi na mua Kanesi market no of right inside number no miso mu ha be hwa me dia mame otumi samo no aye mu ni say no ato akosoro e ba na be guni say say mu we dia start we nya papa ni bia an we dia otumi say so we avei me rice onim koko onim kua mu ekua bon no ho we kua otumi da na yiri potro book say mu ni ma na yiri chro book bi otumi da we tiem koko erikopoku yes on a nightmare so nyina eya ekuafo nightmare otumi da cement kokoro me fa man kembo me te say ekua na body trim abwache she akwaro ot agric rough
yo we are best fishermen no lokodo no asomai abwache iwo fufu bajonkwan ewa betia bajonkwan ewo tuwa bajonkwan why yo ye why round supono why round ewo fufu bajonkwan ewa betia bajonkwan ewo tuwa bajonkwan ewo dekwa bajonkwan why yo ye why round 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 every papa no what one is the motto 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 why round why yo ye why round I want it original I will go for bajonkwan I want me to bajonkwan when you mind
nkramba when you mind nkramba and people monim say nkramba hwe mun say di agro pizza for obi ahoye mo amonom radio pizza mu nyai otumfo aka ho asem otufo mo so amonom pizza to monom radio pizza muntu omonom red no fo na pizza amanfo no bi nonom red dodo enyumbre arjana babewu ai intimum yanjudwem erikopoku Jack na wonu erikopoku ayesita me ye wo no ne ma me wo no omo wo no akora nka o se de to eye mattress so akora ya wo foforo erikopoku na meken agric minister anka o de to mattress so ya wo no na ya de to mattress so na osu ya de to mattress ya de to ebroboto so de to na wada erikopoku we kuya because me more erikopoku story a be mo Ghana ho ya wo ne ya de to eye mattress papa so abrochire mattress so na osu otumi su the whole night na ma mente ase sɛ ma no mu yekuafo ɔmo koko bɔtɔ ɔmo hye koko ma ɛne ebroma ɔmo de ne kɔ bebi a ya hye koko na ɔmo de ne to koko bɔtɔ so akoko pɛ ne wada erikopoku ohia koko da ohia bro da erikopoku ɔde mattress yɛ dɛn ɛnde akɔ the bedroom a wa hye koko bɔtɔ ɛhɔ de ne nan gu erikopoku wodia we kua onim koko no onim akua adwuma no momfa tumi ne nhyɛ ne nsam na mo adwuma ɔbɛyɛ ama mo ɛnde mo hwɛ de akua yɛ ɛyɛ fɛ kora keke ma me dwudwam onti asia koku hu now asamfo fresi erikopoku honorable erikopoku memfa ni agro mrs odi ama erikopoku video ba ko pe na o kyerɛkyerɛ koku akuyayom kyɛ sɛ utie na odi mrs yenye no kyena erikopoku I don't cry a hammy because in Sana Mekano, Erikopoku. Let me check in the system if I have anything on Erikopoku. So or Kakoko won some Ganekia, some one sama. Obon say Abrantiano or Tikuya. Share. Messias, I don't have anything on the system. Kamine Chiromo, Erikopoku. Tiedino, Eric Opoku. Area on from Elek. Now I'm from Elek and Bufu. I Elek and Sakura say Elo no. Now area I'm from Elek and the Bufu and Tuba and cry. Into your bank and your friend Eric Opoku. On one guy's friend Elek Opoku. We're queer. Now, Mammy coming, Messias, it's fine. Tomorrow I'll look for Mr. Eric Opoku's statement. Now, story be and also here pa agriculture man. ECG disconnects power supply to Ghana Broadcasting Corporation over non-payment of bills. And the material ECG could chat GBC for Kanium. I said when Kamenka and so meka GBC for paying no hono, Mompamono. Metesena and Siana Masadana Koho. In fact, Sakwana, he is against free speech. That man now or leading GBC. Now, if GBC today say you chat GBC for Kanyema, why is the boss of GBC? Why is he still there? All African Games. Yatia and yet say GBC boss Nankasa Ebeka say all African Games omo diska GBC boss we Sakwa we. He is not somebody we are supposed to allow to lead GBC. This is Ghana Broadcasting Corporation. So why are we still keeping the GBC boss there? Sa GBC boss way and leading to election 2024. Oko Jina program Asikachira Ghana for say he found a way to stop my TV from broadcasting in Ghana. Kwasia. Mokai. This is the same person. Oti GBC wo onye jumebia. And Otwana all say GBC no we guno and GBC deka. Messiah, you got me Eric Opoku. GBC deka chichire ndie ema ECG akotwam. Omuti GBC no mo illegal connection. So why should we even allow this guy who is heading GBC to still head GBC? Abra you won't say out of his incompetence, GBC at the camera yabetwam. And the history of Ghana, you better GBC for Kanium. Now, kwa weni na moso or your boss, nin sofa swan saying, or your waste. Mekajam said, these are people, we do not allow them to be part of a government that is ready to work. Me see before election 2020, na ye nyina ye kan okra say Ekufuado aban no say Ghana, omo kunipa, omo suppress freedom of speech. A whole GBC boss, GBC a buying company, a buying diao, a mene dia. This fool feels he's so entitled. Kwa champagne we kwa Mike. Eko jina ni penim. Sa time na halitosis. Samsona ene nenum kankan se otwe ase. Na ono so te wobi. Emma kwa Mike kachire Ghana for say, he wanted a way to stop me from broadcasting on Loud Silence TV. He even called NPP for communications minister say, how can they stop me from telling Ghanaians the truth? Kwa siato. This guy, this is what he said. Onye, dying.
But it should have been more. We have had really a free regime for the past 30 years. Convergence, technological convergence. It was not to affect telecommunication alone. It was here in Ghana in 2007 when GBC engineers is simply based on the land. So it is within the country's borders. You can control it. But direct to home television is from satellite to home. So you can control DTT 100%. With direct to home, it sits outside, it can be sitting outside your borders or inside your borders, but it will hit the home of everybody who has the set to receive it. Through convergence, both DTT and DTH have merged. And when you are home and you are running through your TV channels, you won't even know whether you are watching a direct-to-home channel or a DTT. But when the question confronted the country then, we said because of national sovereignty, we'll go for direct digital terrestrial television. We did that. Now, I will illustrate one example why this conversation matters. About 2 years ago, up in Tamale, after the evening prayers, I engaged the imam in the chat. Then, officer, he told me that, it's time for Kevin Taylor. I'm running home. I said, you have Kevin Taylor on your TV? He said, yes. At that time, I could only access Kevin Taylor on the internet. I didn't know that DTH, Kevin Taylor, was entering Ghanaian homes. I went home, scanned my TV, and there it was, free to my house. I came back to Accra, scanned, it was there. And I remember sending a text message and a screenshot to a very important regulator. All he said was, wow. They commissioned the NCA to find a way to stop Kevin Taylor. They tracked him down. Kevin Taylor went to Nigeria and got a satellite company whose footprint covers Ghana, and currently he's broadcasting to Ghana. So, nowhere, you can't get him. If you get him in Nigeria, he will move to Senegal, because there are satellites whose footprint covers Ghana. These are issues that when you look at how do we address this, what is direct digital terrestrial television? We did that. Now, I will illustrate one example why this conversation matters. About 2 years ago, up in Tamale, after the evening prayers, I engaged the imam in the chat. Then all of a sudden he told me that, it's time for Kevin Taylor. I'm running home. I said, you have Kevin Taylor on your TV? He said, yes. At that time, I could only access Kevin Taylor on the internet. I didn't know that DTH, Kevin Taylor, was entering Ghanaian homes. I went home, scanned my TV, and there it was, free to my house. I came back to Accra, scanned, it was there. And I remember sending a text message and a screenshot to a very important regulator. All he said was, wow. They commissioned the NCA to find a way to stop Kevin Taylor. They tracked him down. Kevin Taylor went to Nigeria and got a satellite company whose footprint covers Ghana, and currently he's broadcasting to Ghana. So, nowhere, you can't get him. If you get him in Nigeria, he will move to Senegal, because there are satellites whose footprint covers Ghana. These are issues.
This is the GBC boss, 2019 was saying. This is what he was saying in public. This is the guy who heads Ghana Broadcasting Corporation. This is the guy who wants the news to go out there. It's not his job to stop anybody from broadcasting. There are agencies and institutions that mandate say they should check the system whether somebody is supposed to be allowed to broadcast. The broadcast now or the it means the standard of Ghana. And then the Juma is to manage GBC. In front of everybody ridiculing himself. What does he represent? And the GBC the cat, Yabetra GBC kaniem. Why is he still at post? Why is this fool still at post? Why is he still there? Why is he sitting there? A journal with the man or the car fee. So why is he still there? The workers at GBC should be demonstrating to kick this guy out. Why is he still there? So a whole press conference, nationwide press conference, not yet discussing Kevin Taylor. Why? Because Kevin Taylor is doing scandal. Kwasiato enyame nanka mebeye PDS scandal anka boa anka $500 million ka unkwasi MPP no komudie. There's way I have saved this nation. Dear my ye save or mine way. Say my nye juma nanka yampa meku for the MPP anka kwasiato anka democracy na utimwende also ye GBC boss nanka endenka ni ho. You are the fools I always talk about. You are not intelligent. You called somebody to ask why is Kevin Taylor TV in Ghana or dying. Now GBC no dia. Ghana airspace no does it belong to you? GBC now what no odia Krasini. And you people sit in Ghana and you see they will hide behind we have gone to school. We don't insult. Yeah, humble. 10 years with Jimmy. TV na me no me dey educate sremfo send be they will demand for accountability na sebi okwasi ampanyin kan na wotena uko UGMC no MPP ni kometuma ko see UGMC bi wa e wo srem odwan ukwa ne krom na nsompo ni wo wa betena kranti na adwene so ye nkran ni tenia boa wa betena nkran. We are educating Ghanaians. We are educating the people in the north for them to know, say, that opportunity in one kind, they also deserve the same opportunity in the north, where you are from. But you don't want the information to go there. You don't want the truth to go there. You want the foolish MPP to take rice, Maggie Cube, shelter to the north for people to vote for them. At the end of the day, they still live in their poverty or dying. Most ankwasi afo ina mama ya ho kwan ne aboy adwene a kire mo musi emu ade. Internet o end game ni saying, oh your course or text na o course now you say they should shut me down. And what do you get after they shut me down? What will you get? Mwe Jimmy mumubi. You don't even deserve to be in that office. And the GBC the cat. Ya betcha GBC kaniem. A foolish man like you, you could not manage GBC. I am managing the whole TV station, paying $5,000 a month. Can you pay that? The taxpayer na muchiti omono yajeje omusika na yasa de tua oka usku awko enyina I can pay you. Usku awko enyina no me sitting here I can pay you. We want to educate, we want to help, we want to open the minds of the people. We want to use the truth. Odo kwasi ati GBC say won tiasie. Wow. I'm calling somebody, I'm texting. How did he get Abuana Ghana odia? Ghana airspace in odia. Do you own it? You are just an employee. You are working, we can sack you any day. And it should go out to you people. You feel so entitled. So you feel say you own the country. And then NCA niwo. Media Commission omniwo. Yati krom ha Ghana. Monkran kwasi ade e koso TV so Ghana. Wo Al Hassan was saying when nim say otwe the TV stations are spread of Ghana. Go and watch my TV. So any nudity on my TV, go and watch. My TV station is the only TV station you see nothing like nudity. Nothing. Since me establish a Loud Silence TV, Obieni Ghana bet my catch them say they have seen a naked person, nudity on my TV. Because I protect those things. I know there are young people who watch my TV. I know there are people in Ghana who spend time to watch my TV. Intimeno, I don't use my TV for that. So my TV is a TV akwara opinion to me because I make sure every single show on that TV is screened. But it's GTV war, the Akamwani Home Alone, and a Journey to the West. Content papa bi enu nkwasiafo e na woto na ulidi nkwasiafo na woda da Ghana for Ghana all African games sika wudi kura yenka ho asem. In Ghana today go on Multi TV, search for Loud Silence TV. Nobody obi obetima chem say we hu any form of nudity on my TV, I'll shut it down. Oyin say me TV ni say beton dro. Oyin say me discuss TV we say me de ba be ye asofo sem, me de be ye akonfo sem, me de ba be yi lotto numbers. Me die TV where I'm spending money to educate Ghanaians. That is my job. My TV does not have any advertisement on it. I've been running this TV for years. No advertisement on my TV. You think it's easy? I can pay you till you die. Sometimes, no, you people should allow us. You don't understand the new age. You don't understand what is happening. You don't understand how we think now. Kwasia home alone ne journey to the west ne and kwasia dia mu yi no GBC no. Mo set up nyina mo bibia basa mu. E time cross over GBC. And you sit there, okotena ubiebie TV now to GBC. I see a bone tontura. You don't think about getting better modern equipment. Ubie GTV as a mwane guso. Quality basa. Share omo morning show. Table no mtete no. I say kurabaso no mote. Omo tete wa no you say. Green screen is terrible. Every single shit is there is terrible. You don't look at these things and take care of it. You are chasing Kevin Taylor. Do you know the people who chase me? If you make me start to chase you, you will never rest. So if I decide to chase you, you will never rest. Oh, journey to the west now she shefu. Kwasi ade na muyi, kwasi documentaries na Eagle baako na mudinechia 24 channel 4 in kwasi pirated movies ni ade na muyi. Muntumi yi any Ghanaian content bi aye papa. Journey to the west shefu ne in kwasi ade. GBC time kura say obi be GBC. You know, you're not ashamed. You cannot sit and create better local content, papa. Kwa morning show GBC, kwa morning show. Ayana kafu de kwa hwe mobo. Omo titi aso titi kurabaso. Me say adai. Why is the desk so low? Adai. Mo nya nkura. Omo titi ma ye say. Me say hwe bibi. Ade tan bi omotiti we na national television no. Is this what you call national television that you are managing? Because morning show, Mr. S can cut a piece of their morning show at time. At a point, na GBC for anytime you have any material be a GBC, no omako copyright, no omako catch Facebook, no omako report hemu Jimmy bi. Yeah, you hear Kufuor tapes when Kufuor was president. Give us all the tapes of Kufuor. Yeah, person who dia Kufuor be ye. Because everywhere Kufuor traveled, time I know you're president, GBC, you were following Kufuor. Give us Kufuor's tapes. And then we have no history. Time I move GBC, every baby on TV3, what there, sir, tapes na moshini na, and then we have no history. Somewhere GBC, Mongo Kufuor tapes mre. J.A. Kufuor president, sana GBC wo. Baby okwe ye bia ko kan sem bia ko di atro, mudi nechi, tapes no way. We have no history. Into some people in Ghana today they are bold and they can walk on the streets of Ghana because the records that we have to know and take care of them, or handle them, we don't have it. And Chebiamabe bought Ghana at 50. I have the CD of Ghana at 50, courtesy one of my friends in America. We have the CD of Ghana at 50. We are going to download it, move it from the CD. I will play Ghana at 50. Now, Ghana at 50. To be ready. Ghana at 50 now. Blow Ghana at 50. We have the CD. We will make sure we play it for you to see. Gen Z for no. Yakana, Yabapa Kufuor, MPP for Akromfor, Omnum Kufuor records, on machine inti, Ebape, Yabapa Kufuor Bejumo, Yabapa Kufuor Bejumo, Nana Janto Abetina radio swa, and the Juma Yabapa Kufuor, Mr. Mubusana Janto, so on Chem Kufuor tape bako. Because what they do best is that they talk about history that does not exist. That is what the MPP, the Omu Yanono. Ubusom history exists, almost with the Omatem. They only talk about things that does not exist. Kufuor's record has been deleted from the system. So that is where they put their story. Oh, yeah, Papa Kufuor Juma, oh, yeah. Yeah, Kufuor. And so you can't atamu Juma, oh. And then the Upe JJ Rollins tapes, oh. Upe JJ Rollins. And then a JJ Rollins, Eddie president before Kufuor. Now you have Kufuor tape. Moi. Mebo Ghana at 50 tape at Chiremo. Or Chirano Chirichi. Guys, get me the tape. I know you say you were working on it, boss. Get the tape to me. Mebo Hachiremo. Mo amunim Ghana at 50. The damage J.A. Kufuor mo ye ukrumha. Mo me ngotie Eric Opoku. Me say we kwia.
Say ye bedi dia jesi yakra mu. Jesi yakra ntosi. Jesi yakra jene. Jesi yakra mako. Ene nneoma nkitenkete a yedie nyina. Na we wo sem ne say yete Ghana ha ne yakra ntosi free Burkina Faso. Etisika and yet ye enwuma wo mam no ye the best $400 million near the akokra into the free Burkina Faso na Burkina Faso fo benya ska dia ayom mani yi na ye de ye ho kire ye de to so bi ye kra bibia kra makokra de bagana aduane a ye dia aye problem sa wo ye yasase ewo ensu ewo ani nipa egu faso a eni kwase sei na ye man no ekro enti yepese yesesa no na neoma yadi gu akwanso no ene se Ghana mampanyini ode asina ni so se ode agriculture ebedane oman ama oman no yedie agina brane na senia obeye no nie opese obia wo man mu bia no odo ho giku adwuma no bi enti program ade asi ani so abema yanya ku adwuma no aye omayiye no your friend Feed Ghana na Feed Ghana etisania ebrebi omampanyini e champion de ba na friend operation feed yourself no sa na Feed Ghana etie na ensesa kakra na ewomu na Feed Ghana ne se obi biara a wo mamu bia no sa wo fie nko a wo fie timu a e wo se unya garden kakra bi a umfichire ho a ubenya enioma kakra firi ho a ebe ma nneoma a wotobedi ne fie no eso aye dey ate afei yese secondary schools no so on just school feed ni omu ye bi even basic schools primary JHS for the school no asase e ho no wodi bi do afuo na Ministry of Food and Agriculture school no we be register na yamao seed a wode bedua ye papa na afe yamao fertilizer a wode be ye adwuma no afe extension officers nso a ebehwe wafuo na mawo ama watimi aye no kama no ye de sa extension officers nso be dey ebeba ho e de abeboawo ndi esre asor ni nyina se omu nyina so nkan ho na omu so mfa kuadwuma ni bi ye nso suade ma assembly nyina se assembly bi afa no hye kuadwuma ni mu na omu fa kuadwuma no so generate revenue omu fa nyeska ombetumi di aye omu nyuma no ama aye yie institution bebre hye prison service ye ka say ye no ma sign MOU awie Ghana prison service so ye feed Ghana ni bi denden a nyame adoma eye lunch a omampanyini John Dramani Mahama obe lunch no wo tachiman eye fiada ebe na wotwe 11th April 2025 no e wo tachiman no prison for won share national service for won share ene wo ma eye bi hu nyina share no ye ni nyina ebetu dwa ye pese obi o wo Ghana bia e ka feed Ghana ni bi saba ye akina bi so obi nam no se come down obi on se we di o kwadwofo go ye kan se obi anua bi no wo anua bi nti na ye dey e come de no meji se ye ni se ya ebema ye nyina ya
minister no Eric Opoku wagigam feed Ghana no agric minister no NDC agric minister obi atene ho ase when ye pe a dialogue in chirechiremu boko o se techiman okọ techiman a yaye prison or the dwam Eric no Eric obekire agric ne ho bon agric ne ho bon den ne ho bon kuya okuya eronam time NPP what power when I am a Greek minister.
Now, with the increased trebling of prices on the global market, we have to look at the fertilizer situation again. There are two markets in Ghana. The subsidized fertilizer market, which is the planting for food and jobs, which is really meant for smallholder farmers of 3 or 4, 2 hectares at most. And then you have the commercial, the open market, for anybody who can go and buy. These two markets have existed side by side. But because the subsidized fertilizer market was so big, there was very little for the open market. Now, with the price increases on the world market, we are also facing problems with revenue collection in Ghana and everywhere else because international trade has also shrunk. And we get most of our revenues, government revenues, from international trade, import and export. That is why it's become necessary for this government to look for alternative sources of revenue to close the gap, and hence the electronic levy. The opposition is making the electronic levy a big issue. What they don't realize is that it's affecting other areas. So if we are to remove the levy, where are we going to find the money to give subsidies to the farmers? There will be nothing. And now
we vote. Ekufa didn't go for we only go for the numwi. Sakwawe. Obi antuma kan asem, obey agric minister. Odi nkwasi asem sa 8 years obi an kan asem. Only Ekufa the numwi. Akwa o Mickey Mouse. Near to Chroma for 8 years. Only sing. Sa 8 years. You love it. Because some say, yet now, Sanko say, yet now was 8 years. No, the international trade differences and the e-levy and you know, now, yet you, Akwa be the agriculture, and yes, I Akwa be a roads minister.
What we have to do as a people is to hold government accountable that if we pay this money, we want to see the direct benefits of the money that we are going to pay. That is the way we should go, and not to resist. We are not prepared to raise monies to help in the building of our infrastructure. Who should come and do it for us? We want good things, but we don't want to pay. And because of politics, and because of love for power, people are saying all kinds of things. Ghana will never be better unless we are prepared to pay taxes and we are prepared to sacrifice to build our country. Otherwise, you will continue at your ABC DUR. So I expect that contractors, government is doing everything possible to pay you, but you continue to work. So the more government tries to pay, the more you also work, and the debt is always there. If e-levy comes, we get our fair share into the road sector. Within a very short time, all outstanding contractors' debts will be paid, and you can work more for this country. You can work more for this country, and we expect you to speak. You are going to be the direct beneficiaries, and every serious government will not joke with contractors, because the construction industry is where, from the unskilled to the skilled, people are employed. If you want money to circulate very well in your country, pay contractors. Pay contractors. The cement seller or the cement dealer will make good sales.
Yet we who 8 years. We want to share Bawumia Kennedy chiu almost say ba. Na Bawumia ba we want obesa form. Na yet ya say MPP mbra power. Na ye jade ye nyina adan a we mu say yen sanya den yen to aba ma MPP. La. Now you see the reality. We mu na ndo mago tena say oma ye meeting yen sanfa Bawumia na Kennedy mbre anabran na omumbedi Ghana so sankofo mu wiyo, they are still the MPP. Now ye di wura MPP, but before we wura MPP no, there's a story that I have about 2 minutes to deal with this story. And it's got to do with Zoom Lion clarifies status of YEA contract amid public speculation. And in some what town you know say a Zoom Lion contractor now omoni abainwo through YEA contract there are two things running in the system now. Contract I expire and they be musa contract you cancel. And the Zoom Lion about as a contract normally a running contract every March the contract expires on its own. And when it expires, they have to sit with the government again and rewrite the contract. And I say, re-sign the contract. Whether it has expired or it has been cancelled, remember, my platform we so I can say, I am one person. I wouldn't want one company to monopolize sanitation issues in Ghana. I have always said it. When it comes to sanitation management, I've always said on this platform, and I've always argued to say we need to decentralize sanitation. We need to bring in more private sector investors. The government also needs to do its part. So I have been on this platform on countless occasions to tell Ghana for say, when it comes to sanitation, Ghana ball idea, that thing it should not be done solely by a single company. Now, the arguments are among for Mickey, and I have seen Manaza Azuri, the baller journalist. The idea and the journalism is to make sure he brings a Zoom Lion down. I don't care. That is not my problem. I don't even care whether Zoom Lion goes down or not. Azuri is Zoom Lion, their own problem. But then when it comes to sanitation issue in Ghana today, I want to ask a simple question. And today I was watching TV online and all that, and people were talking about, yes, it is good. Right now, Zoom Lion, he has to come and also lobby for another contract with other private companies that want to manage that want to be part of waste management in Ghana. And I agree with those conversations. I agree with those people talking. But in this moment, as a nation, as a country, I'm not holding brief for Zoom Lion. I will never do that. But I want to ask, say you baller and or Ghana, do you know where the baller ends? We are all arguing. We are all saying it is good. And I have sat here to say, I don't want one company. I don't even want Zoom Lion alone to take over Ghana's baller so that Obia any access to Ghana baller. Now the question here is, Zoom Lion as a company, today in Ghana, I say, and you say Obia Mbe lobby MBP contract be MBE baller, no, it is fine. Now the question here is, are we in a position as a nation to handle the amount of baller? Yeah. Do we have private companies that have the capacity to manage your baller no Ghana no now? Does the government, as we know, does it have the capacity to manage your trash as a nation now? These are 3 questions I'm asking. The question, I'm going to tell me questions waiting and say, I like it. I am happy. Today, we have opened the floodgates for everybody to go and also lobby or also bid for a contract to manage waste in Ghana. Now, the question here is, Oba Abruchira, about a management of a baller, the government technically, indirectly handles it. And when I say technically or indirectly, it is handled by the county or maybe the state. Until you can see, say, it is basically done in a federal way, not like the government as a whole, but the local government or a county or a state and handle a baller. Now, as we speak in Ghana today, we as a nation, as much as we have a problem with Zoom Lion, as much as we think or we believe that he is manipulating waste management in Ghana, he, one way or the other, is not paying his workers what we expect him to pay. And that we want him out. And then we want it to be open for other companies to also come in and be part of this waste management whole conversation. The question here is, are we as a nation, do we have waste management companies that have that capacity to manage the kind of waste we make in Ghana? Let's be realistic. As much as we all have a problem with Zoom Lion monopolizing the system and all that, let's ask real questions that need real answers. Do we have the capacity? Can we today manage our waste? Can we as a nation? Do we have any company in Ghana that has 10% of the capacity Zoom Lion has to manage our waste? TV, radio, morning show talking about Zoom Lion stepping away, reopening the bid. The question is, when they put their trash in their bin in front of their house, do they know where the trash ends up? Do they know? Because when it comes to waste management, it is not just about picking the waste. It is not the baller now. It goes through a process for that baller to vanish. And it's a say, as a nation, as much as Azuri ye dede or ye dede no, Mumusa Azuri, Manas Azuri say, we as a nation today, Ghana as a nation, NDC government today, as a ruling party, Eddie Ghana. So, do we have the capacity? Do we have the capacity to manage our waste? Do we have? Now, when you pick the baller, that's how pick a baller now. Odo baller no to baller dinuma. Where does it go? Because remember, so Odo baller to baller dinu never tam baller now. Baller and one share it will go away, and when it rains, that same baller will come back to your house. And no, happening in Ghana today. Sometimes we pay money and we think our baller is gone. Yenya boys be omuti abobo yaso near the baller amomo no mo de ko. The baller no kwa ya dream no baller has disappeared. But the moment it rains, the same baller now occurred 2 weeks ago, no, those same baller will come back to our neighborhood. Say our house has flooded. We don't have water. We are struggling here. We look like frogs. The question here is, when they pick your trash, because maybe America say when they pick my trash, I know that I'm not going to see the trash again. But in Ghana, when they pick your trash today, say and yama other private companies the opportunity to bid and also manage waste in Ghana. Do you think, sir, when they pick your trash, the trash will disappear forever, or the trash will be carried somewhere for the rain to bring it back home? Because we also need to look at these things before we make those arguments. There are so many people every morning, they are sitting on TV, they are sitting on radio, they are arguing. I have said, I have always argued, we should not hand over Ghana's waste management to one company. So I agree. If the government is saying other companies are supposed to be involved, I agree 100%. Zoom Lion cannot monopolize our waste management. He needs to understand, say, your companies also be doing. But in our situation right now, in our state right now, as a nation, as a government, do we have the capacity to manage our waste? The reason I'm asking this is simple. Now, see a tambol and if you get in anwa. the baller has to end up at a recycling plant. Yɛka sɛ recycling planter. Baby at the baller de bekwa, ye bedi wujuma, ebe dani at the fofra enya baller biem. How many private companies are under ye be gate to us omumbe lobby, omumba bede for contractor? How many of these private companies have a recycling plant in Ghana? How many companies in Ghana today send your mom contract to also pick trash? Their mom with the same contract that the Zoomlion say they have the capacity to pick trash. How many companies in Ghana today have recycling plants? And the otam baller now, the baller will go there and it will be recycled and some go back into the system and be a baller and be flood Ghana. How many companies in Ghana have companies like that or more recycling plant? At the end of the day, the Zoomlion capacity is bigger. It is a necessary evil. I am not here to do PR for Zoomlion, but I'm here to ask the relevant questions. As much as we want to decentralize air waste management in Ghana, we also need to know that we are at a deficient. Now, as we speak, if Zoomlion decides to stay away from waste collection, there's a difference between the collecting of the waste and processing the waste. Because collecting of the waste is not difficult, but processing the waste not to let the waste come back into the system is the most difficult one. In the Soba Brochia, and your waste now for waste today you can do it, it can be collected any day. But where the waste that has been collected, where it ends, that is the most important thing. Because the waste now end at the right place, the waste will find its way back into the system. So the continuous flooding and the country being a mess, it is going to go on, it's going to be a cyclical thing. Intimacy. Zoomlion, as we see, as much as we all want his contract to be cut into pieces, are we as a nation, is the government as a Ghana government, and I say, we as a people, private entities who want to go into this business, do we have recycling plants that have the capacity to turn waste into nothing? Send a betam ball and sa ball will not make its way back to East Legon. Send the Zoomlion decided, say he's not going to be part of waste collection. He's only going to go into recycling of waste. Can we pay? Young fan says Zoomlion onya 80 million Ghana cedis every month from Ghana. Right now, you see Zoomlion on Tiakaye. Instead of us to sit with him and know, say, we need to get to a point where Zoomlion, whether we like it or not, when it comes to waste management in Ghana, he needs to have the lion's share. Whether you like it or not, we need to start from somewhere. The government needs to invest in waste management. The private citizenry who want to go into waste management, they need to put a lot of money to invest in waste management. It is not just collecting the baller. Just collecting the baller, anybody can put a company together and collect baller. But where the baller ends, is the baller going to make its way back into the system? That is where the critical question is. It is Zoomlion today, or decided to say he's not going to be part of collecting the waste, and that he's only going to concentrate on recycling the waste. Can we pay Zoomlion? Because Zoomlion MBN recycling plant now around the nation. Now you can recycle baller now. Where are we taking the baller? It means we can create 200 million private companies that are into waste management, but at the end of the day, it will be waste because they wouldn't be able to get rid of the waste 100%. It will make its way back into the system. So we need to make sure that that conversation we are having, I would never agree that Zoomlion should have 100% control over Ghana's waste management. Never. But if we are dealing with a company like Zoomlion, we need to be very tactical about it. We need not to just look at the baller. We need to look at the process the baller goes in before the baller vanishes. Because if you don't look at the end game, the end product, how the baller is not going to make its way back home, you can give the contract to 200 companies and feel satisfied and feel happy about it. But at the end of the day, you'll be making more mess than before. Because all these companies will pick the baller, they wouldn't be able to recycle it. They will end up at places that we don't want them to end up, and then it will all wash back into the system. So we need to have a plan. We need to have a plan. We are in a fix. We are in a situation whereby years upon years, we did not pay attention, we did not invest in waste management. The government should be taking initiative to invest. The government should be able to build about 10 plants around the nation, recycling plants, if the government wants to fight the monopolization of waste management in Ghana. If the government wants to fight the monopolization of waste management in Ghana, the government needs to take a big step. The government needs to place a big role. The government needs to build recycling plants. Because when you have the recycling plant, you can give many companies to so many companies. All that they need to do, collect and bring and let us burn it out. But if the government does not invest in recycling plants, if individuals are not willing to invest in serious high voltage recycling plants, what is going to happen is we can give companies contracts, the boiler will end up at home. And I have said, when these things happen, unless you don't understand waste management, if today we cancel Zoom Lion's contract, I have it. I have no problem. Cancel it. There are other companies in Ghana. Do they have the capacity to maintain or to stop to run waste management in Ghana? Do they have the capacity? Company Ben or Ghana CCR. If Zoom Lion is not here, or more incinerators are a bit to me. I handle the amount of waste we produce in a day. Company Ben. So let's take our time. Let us understand. Out of the anger towards a Zoom Lion, maybe the payment of his workers, we can force him to pay the workers better. But taking away that vital part of him and as his company, the role Zoom Lion's company plays in Ghana, our waste management. I'm telling you for a fact. You might not like what I'm saying. You might disagree with me because you have an anger towards Zoom Lion because of the payment he's paying his workers. But when it comes to the practical part of solving that problem, I'm telling you, what Zoom Lion, the capacity Zoom Lion has, we don't have any company in Ghana that has it. And we as a nation, this is the time we need to start having that conversation. A nation as Ghana, we need to invest in incinerators. We need to invest in waste management. Why should we get to this point where one company, one investor can take the waste management and hijack it? Because we don't have what he has. Because what he has, we don't have it. The incinerators he has, we don't have it. The things that he has been able to invest in, we as a nation, we have sat down idle for years and we have not been able to do it. So if the workers are not being paid well, let our focus be on him paying the workers well and not taking him out of job. Because when you take him out of work, what you are going to do is you are going to be in the fix. We are going to be swallowed by trash. And you see, let's put everything aside. I don't care, but I am looking at the bigger picture. Majority of you are following Azuri because he has a personal issue with the man. But I am looking at the detailing. I'm looking at the end game. I am looking at where the trash ends. And these are very important topics. I am still waiting for one person to tell me, say, there is a company that can take over from Zoom Lion in Ghana. I don't think there's any company. I don't think there's any company. Zoom Lion is a national, it's a indigenous company. Whether we like it or not, it's Ghanaian. And what we can do is, if they are not doing things right, we need to force them to do it right, not to take them out of market. Because if you take Zoom Lion out of market, you and I, we will suffer. This government will struggle to manage waste in Ghana. It's a fact. I am not going to argue with you. I've stated my fact. I've stated my reasons. These are serious stuff. Don't see waste management as, oh, you're tam baller. Baller it's nothing. Where the baller ends is very important. And it's not nipa bebre wa abrochire. Omu baby omu baller si. And so omu baller ribiem. That is what we call waste management. When your baller is taken and you never see it again. See a tam baller. Now the china and so tona sa baller and sa ba. You are in danger. All right. Now, NPP as a political party, and Mahmoud Bawumia in the first coup, and coup now majority of MPP4 they be amekachere MPP4 especially candidate Japan the supporters. The NPP at the end of the day they have already rigged the elections for Bawumia, and they started the rigging from today. Candidate Japan betimako we say asasi we so for he would lose the primaries. What they have done today is the beginning of the rigging for Mahamudu Bawumia. It's a candidate Japan supporters did the moya no kwa. Now, NPP has decided to hold its presidential primaries on January 31st, 2026. So technically, MPP for Baby Holdy, presidential primaries before executives, primaries. Do you know the danger in that? Do you know what they are doing? Right now, there's something I need to let you know. This story you are seeing here, they are imposing Bawumia on the party. They are imposing Mahamudu Bawumia on the NPP. The executives now and the Omudi party strategically, Omuni Council of Elders and the MPP Penifono, they have sat down to come to a conclusion. Say, Mahamudu Bawumia, they have to indirectly impose Bawumia on the party. Because you see, when the presidential election, primaries election comes on before party executives elections, what is going to happen? And they say, on all fronts, executives, they will be campaigning for Bawumia. Meaning, the current executives, led by JFK, and omne Mahamudu Bawumia mu ye adwuma, omne MPP ebo krono edi party ni bedru ha no. Se ye ba be ye Bawumia mo primaries no January 2026. It means when they are the ones who are going to lead the campaign for Bawumia. They are the ones who are going to make sure they whip every executive in line. Because one, they are doing one thing to kill two birds. What they are doing is, they are one, whipping people in line to vote for Bawumia. And when Bawumia wins the primaries, Bawumia will use his power and influence to whip the executives in line for them to be voted for. Now, what they are doing right now, or what they have done today, they have created a room for Bawumia to be the tyrant who is leading the party now. Because most of the executives normally party anymore. Say on a normal day, say a about before a presidential primaries, all of them, Nana B, they will all lose the elections. Now, for Bawumia to protect them, because remember, Bawumia campaign all year. All these people are the ones following Bawumia around. Every single executive today, as we speak, National Women's Organizer, Youth Organizer, chairman, first chairman, third chairman, vice chairman, all of them are following Bawumia on his campaign, meaning they are all in Bawumia's camp. Now, see a primaries in the first. Now, see a kotuna se Sani Pana, Sebio Oni Bawumia company winia. What is going to happen is they know Sani Pan is not going to work for Bawumia to win the primaries. So what they want to do now, and they say, Obia Muhuni say Ebia or Yekede Japan ni obe contesting any executive position. They want Bawumia to first become the presidential candidate. Then they uses his power and then to protect the campaign money we need. And what they are going to do is they are going to stick to the same calendar. Bawumia JFK mo ebe lidimo. What they are doing now is they are protecting the executive by using Bawumia's primaries first. They are doing this. They are technically silencing any opposition views. Now, what they are doing right now, I say, Bawumia primaries, and MPP presidential primaries first, and they say, now, say recently, almost say, amendment to be a constitution, and that will be done, I think, July, almost constitutional amendment. Now, executives, now let me tell you, 19th of July, and new amendment on my constitution. Now they know say in 2024, Kennedy Japan can send bebre and the omublemu say in summer or kaya and the fast opposition. Now they want a way to silence Kennedy Japan and his followers. Into this amendment they are going to do, they are going to find a way to put in the constitution rigid rules, rigid punishment for anyone who get out and speak their mind. One share Kennedy Japan, they will suspend him before the primaries. Mamika Ibinchro. Sir, amendment they are going to infuse a lot of anti-Kennedy Japan things in there. Now, what they are going to do, they are going to infuse in there Kennedy Japan Kennedy himself So when she na or kasa na or go out of the real pet, he will be caught in the web. And Kennedy himself, he might even be suspended before the primaries for Bawumia to go on the post. Because Kennedy, they cannot contest Bawumia. Right now, no, so who say MPP for Ababontin Bekacho say presidential primaries, no, before executives in the primaries now. Bawumia has started his first coup. Mamika be binchro. Nana do danko kufuado. Or your third coup and sana ultimately winning in the third primaries. Now, Bawumia Campono, MPP as a political party, they know, say, the NDC is a big force. And they know whoever succeeds John Mahama, they cannot use Bawumia to beat the person. The plan they have now, I mention a plan, no, they want Bawumia to come again in 2032. The strategy is to bring Bawumia back in 2032. Now, what they're going to do now is they just want Bawumia to galvanize enough votes in their primaries. And then after Bawumia gets a little bit of what he got from 2024 primaries, then they'll bring him into 2028, which they know he will not win. Now, Bawumia and Winia, he will still go with this same group of executives into 2032. And they will use the same format to make sure they install or they impose Bawumia on the party. Because remember, this group of people, say omutumiya machinations no na yeto abano na Bawumia winia. Remember, JFK will campaign for Bawumia, Nanabi will campaign for Bawumia, Samia Uku campaign for Bawumia, Kejemfo campaign for Bawumia, Chema Utumi campaign for Bawumia. Now the party executive, Mudi Bawumia chino, they will all campaign for Bawumia. So automatically in the primaries Bawumia will win. Now it is left with Bawumia to protect them. Now, how is Bawumia going to protect them? Obia omuhuni say enya de obetumi abua Bawumia campaign no come 28 biano. Bawumia and the MPP will find a way to make that person lose. In the Canada, Japan, the be contest any executive after Bawumia has won the primaries, automatically you will lose because Bawumia and the party will make sure say these people who kept him in power to become the flag bearer, those are the same people he is marching to in 2028. Now, Oluzi 2028 elections we are. Now they will need to fight Bawumia to come again the third term because someone started making that argument. Bawumia and Krampo and making argument. So I Naneku for about 1, wenya, about 2, wenya, about 3, wenya, John Mahama about 1 and about 2. Into me some more chance. Into he knows. Say there is a third chance he wants to take. 2028, he knows he will not win. But he wants to walk to 2032. 32 with this same group of people because what he's going to do is say win primaries now Sanko Fowe they are going to win the executives. Now these are the people of the 2028 he will lose. He will use the same strategy again whereby they will pick the presidential first. When they pick the presidential primaries and they pick him first, then he will make sure these same people win. They have a long-term project. Canadian Japan, he can swallow the earth. He will never beat Bawumia. Nana Dankwe Kufuado, the party council of elders, the establishment, Canadian Japan is part. Mamika Bincho, see, I can the establishment, do not isolate Canadian Japan and isolate Brandy Champon. Canadian Japan and Brandy Champon. Bawumia, they were integral part of the establishment. And within the establishment, there is an establishment. TMA. Within an establishment, there is an establishment. Even the forest now, when you go into the forest, you realize so within the establishment, they want Bawumia to go. They know Canada Japan, no matter what. He's temperamental, he's not intelligent, he's not smart, he cannot play the game Gabi Ocheda Akumope. He cannot play the game of Ekufuado. Even though he's partner, they know Kennedy Japan is not smart enough. So Kennedy Japan can do whatever he wants to do. Kennedy Japan can never beat Bawumia in the primaries because these are the executives who are going to campaign for Bawumia. Bawumia, thank you to the campaign. And the same Justin Koduamo. The same third vice, second vice, women national organizer, youth organizer, the same pigs. What they have done today, this is Mahamudu Bawumia's first coup. And it should send a signal to Canada Japan and his followers. They know more, may catch them on there, may catch them from January say, Mahmoud Bawumia will beat Kennedy Japan, they will steal the elections for him. It is not going to be like they are going to have an election, na Kennedy Nyawe, Dabio. Me say, Mahmoud Bawumia, they will rig the elections for him. Kennedy Japan supporters should listen. Kennedy Japan, no matter what, so the prime minister on 20%. But I want you people to understand, because I'm from January, me wa party ni mu chemo. Kennedy Japan supporters, mamika bi binchamo, they will rig the elections. Whatever you people do, 19th amendment, all the amendments, 70% is against you people. They will silence you guys. They will suspend Kennedy. They will suspend him. Now I am telling you on authority. It does not matter the noise you people are making. They're screaming. You are screaming. You are wasting your time. Mahmoud Bawumia, they will rig the elections for the Kennedy Bawumia. Mahmoud Bawumia, the NPP executive, they will rig the elections for Bawumia. They are not going to contest Kennedy. They will rig it. And they have started rigging the elections from today. This thing you are seeing is the beginning of the coup Bawumia has set it up. And anything that he feels to say Kennedy is a fool to him. And anything that he feels to say Kennedy does not even understand what is happening. What you are seeing on the screen, this is the beginning of Mahmoud Bawumia's first coup. He will do a second coup and a third coup. And he is using the Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo tactics. You see, Mameka Bibincho, the 88 parliamentary members, our more parliament, they all support Mahmoud Bawumia. Now, 88, there are some MPs who want to support Kennedy Japan. Because someone say, Abani Drua, 88, Emuache. Now, what they are trying to do is say, they are trying to even suppress, even in parliament, Mahmoud Bawumia and MPP executives, they are trying to do what? Strategically suppress the 88 binomo support Kennedy, on say and then as Tekani Kennedy Musa, your group be more MPP more, or Kennedy call for. But the MPP executives, the MPP executives, what is going to happen is say, Bawumia ebeye the flag bearer in January. What is going to happen is say MPs now almost suspect say almost support Kennedy Japan. Sa MPs they will lose their seats. Yeah. Tie. Bawumia was list of MPs or more parliamentar almost support Kennedy. Or sa list Sa Bawumia be flag bearer in 2026 January. Sa MPs no more parliament now. They are against Bawumia's nomination almost support Kennedy Bawumia will make sure they lose their primaries. What you are seeing here is not a joke. Bawumia has taken over the party. Bawumia will rig. Anything say, oh, shall way. Now just say simpler. This is the same strategy Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo used. And now Refi, go back. The same coup, the same tactics, the same strategy to rig. He has hijacked the party. It is always a case Jeff Kabeka say we actually want to politics as it. Actually, the MPP we Jimmy may catch check in Japan say Mahmoud Bawumia is using the Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo playbook. Simple. Now, young fan say Sakwe your friend SB, former MP of New Jabin. Your friend saying Dr. SB, very smart guy. He knows a lot about the economy, right? Now, Akufo-Addo boy to say Ochibefi. Because acquire friend Asibe a supporting Alanti. You saw what they did to Asibe. On say Asibe or very good in economics. Asibe na or chair the parliamentary finance committee. Because Asibe ko supporti supporti nipa foforo. What the Akufo-Addo administration did was that Asibe ko support Alano, they made sure say Ochibefi etu Asibe. That is why a stronghold like Asibe because he had expressed say he support Alan Kudjo Chiramantin. So what they did was that strategically, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo in 2024 they made sure say Asibe lost his seat. And normally Ochibefi be share because Ochibefi was supporting the Akufo-Addo. And this is, you see, Esibena omopamo nana nanka onanka ose oye minister, finance minister no. The strategy was that, you see, say anka Ekufuado a president as a pathway, they wanted to do the right thing. Sir Esibeno was supposed to be the finance minister. But because Esibe had other ideas, because Esibeka said he thinks Alan is the right person to lead the MPP, Esibe showed interest of supporting Alan. They made sure say Esibe lost his primaries. This is what is going to happen. Bawumia we need primaries now as a presidential candidate. Any MP in parliament who shows any interest in supporting Kennedy before or after, Mahamudu Bawumia will make sure you, that MP, you don't come back to parliament. That's all. Enti adina ye kan ye de sesere no nana do danko Ekufuado ni playbook no saa ni book na odi eye coup odi ya foko kobre Japan odi be take over partner or forcing on the party no is the same playbook na Bawumia play. And anything I must say, they are going to elect the presidential candidate before the executives. Because so ultimately eyi ne ho say primaries no me na me wini ya obi a wanya campaign amani bia entuni ni nyedwuma obi a wan supporting bia entuni ni nyedwuma MP bia na own supporting bia entuni ni nyedwuma. He wants people he can work with, so he will come to the constituency obetu. The same executives will lobby, they will do their job for him. The people, the executives now otumi eye coup emo mu nyina sa femu no, they will come after you and they will get rid of you. Even in parliament, there was seats bia by 22, but will be a plot at war. And he knows all those people are not for him. Those are people who are showing interest in supporting Kennedy. This is a typical MPP coup. Nana Adodankwa Ekufuado playbook, blueprint na makacha ono. Don't underestimate Bawumia. Makacha Kennedy Japan. Obeye dede, obe tietiem, ne nkofo no betwa yantoa, ombeye bibia, obobene, obobehuri. They will lose the elections. Mahamudu Bawumia win election no first round. We win. This thing na mujitu munde no. Ade we na executive ko share na mujitu no. Bawumia win elections no. Bawumia is targeting 2032. Bawumia, 2028 don't win elections no. Whether Bawama or no Mahama, Bawumia knows he cannot win the elections in 2028. He knows. He has told his people. They have sat down. They have done the analysis. They know Bawumia cannot get over 2 million votes to beat whoever contests for the NDC. I don't know who contests for the NDC. But Bawumia knows he will not win. Bawumia's target is 2032. And he's setting up executives to push him across 2028. And anything I make a chance say, that is the beginning of the coup. Media, they be a mekacho. I am a messenger without a Bible or a Quran. From January, and I'm a catcher will say, Bawumia will rig the MPP primaries. First one, NAPCO. For the first time in the history of the MPP. The first time in the history of the MPP, ye presidential primaries and some the executives. It's a trap. They know what they are doing. Mahamudu Bawumia, his camp will take every single seat. Omo pay. Inti mameka bibinchiro. MP of Impraeso, I friend David Ansa Opoku. David Ansa Opoku, Impraeso MP. Bawumia will take that seat from him. Oka 22 list no. Every day mama mobako. Me say, MP friend Patrick Yabuama, he should be careful. Bawumia will take that seat from him. Mama mu 2. Me mama first one, me say, David. David Ansa Opoku. Impraeso MP no. Bawumia will take the seat. MP friend Yabuama. Sa MP friend Patrick Yabuama. Bawumia will take the seat. Meaning 22 MPs. Bawumia will take all the seats from them. Because he knows where they belong. And into Omako Tenase say, primaries for presidential first. So we need JFK Munyina will go through. Chairman Munyina will win. Then they will make sure Obia or your enemy be out to Bawumia Nyejuma. They will make sure they take you out. No executive, no MP. Now Bawumia will sail. 2028 he will lose, no problem. They will come back again. They will use the same format. He will enter 2032. Don't forget, Kennedy Japan election, it has been decided in the MPP. And I'll be opening things up for you to see. Kennedy, minimum won't to mean BTO elections. Who face whoever contests for the NDC, unya more than 20%. Mahmoud Bawumia is not going to cross 24%. He knows. He's playing the Kufuado card. That is their conclusion. That is Mahmoud Bawumia's first coup. I will be back to give you the names of the 20 MPs. Bawumia 2026 or we need primaries we are. MPs now Kennedy. Easy. You have no idea. I will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow is Wednesday. We will see. If we're going to show up, we'll let you know in the morning. My name is Kevin Akobedu Taylor. Be good. God bless you. God bless me. Cheers. Good night. Abuache. Have a wonderful night.
Yo! We are best fishermen. No answer mine. Abuache. It was for Belgium. It was Belgium. It was two Belgium. Why you why round why you why round why you why round why you super why round it was for Belgium. It was Belgium. It was two Belgium. It was why you why round 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 every papa no what one is them what 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 why round why you why round I want it original I will move for Belgium. I want me to Belgium. Where you mind, grumba.